deny the Republicans the ability to vote on a congressional redistricting plan. If the fugitive Democrats don't return today, Governor Greg Abbott says they could be removed from office. President Trump says he plans to name a new head of the Bureau of Labor Statistics.
We'll be announcing a new statistician sometime over the next 3-4 days. We had no confidence. I mean, the numbers were ridiculous, what she announced.
Unhappy with the recent jobs numbers, the president fired the BLS commissioner last week, accusing her of data manipulation.
It's a scam, in my opinion. My opinion, it's just additional scam.
The latest numbers pointed to the creation of just 73,000 jobs in July. This could bring some further price relief at the gas pump.
A group of countries that are part of the oil cartel OPEC Plus have agreed to boost oil production, which some believe could lower oil and gasoline prices. They cited a steady global economic outlook and low oil inventories. The group met virtually and announced that 8 of its member countries would increase oil production by 547,000 barrels per day in September.
Correspondent Keith Peters. More than 3,200 Boeing machinists who work on fighter jets have gone on strike.
Union leaders had recommended approving that offer, calling it a landmark agreement. Boeing officials say they're disappointed the workers have rejected the latest offer that the company says featured 40% average wage growth and resolved the primary issue of alternative work schedules.
Correspondent Mike Hempen. On Wall Street, ahead of this morning's opening bell, the Dow futures are up 201 points. The Nasdaq futures ahead 183 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
If you're living with pain, see how Relief Factor can help.
My back got injured very bad. I was off work for about a year. I heard about Relief Factor from my wife. I took it every day, 3 times a day for 3 weeks. Look at her and I said, the pain is gone. And she said, I'm glad it helped. I said, no, you don't understand. It's gone.
Fight pain naturally with Relief Factor. Go to relieffactor.com and get your 3-week quick start today. Only $19.95.
Hi, this is Rhett Rasmussen of BestHotGrill.com. We make the amazing Solaire infrared gas grills that are built to last and will consistently deliver better than restaurant grilled food. The Solaire infrared burner heats up to 1,000 degrees in just 3 minutes, even in the dead of winter. The high heat locks in the juices and flavor and grills food faster. Learn more about these fantastic USA-made grills at BestHotGrill.com. Solaire hot, fast grills at BestHotGrill.com.
Communist China hasn't forgotten about 16 overseas-based Hong Kong pro-democracy activists.
On Monday, the Hong Kong authorities implemented measures including banning financial support to the group of activists and cancelling passports. They were among 19 people targeted with arrest warrants in July for alleged roles in the Hong Kong Parliament, a group the police call a subversive organisation abroad. 3 of the original 19 activists were already targeted by similar measures last year. The organisation's not official and its influence is limited. The arrest warrants and bounties issued last month have sparked criticism from foreign governments, but China has defended them. I'm Charles Dillades.
The bodies of all 5 miners have been identified and recovered following the collapse of a shaft at the world's largest underground copper mine in Chile. The shaft gave way following a 4.2 magnitude earthquake. News and analysis at townhall.com. The investigator is now an investigatee. We're talking about former special counsel Jack Smith, investigated then candidate Donald Trump prior to his re-election.
The Office of Special Counsel, an independent federal agency, has confirmed that Smith is now under investigation on suspicions he engaged in illegal political activity. Smith was named special counsel to investigate Donald Trump by then Attorney General Merrick Garland in November of 2022. He prosecuted 2 federal cases against Trump in the lead-up to the 2024 presidential election. The president and his Republican allies, including Senator Tom Cotton, have accused Smith of violating the Hatch Act, a federal law that bans certain public officials from engaging in political activity. Bob Agnew reporting.
Tesla awarding CEO Elon Musk 96 million shares of restricted stock. It's valued at roughly $29 billion. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here? I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The demolition, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy first day of school, everybody.
Welcome back, kids.
Back to the routine.
Stop staring at the backside of your eyelids. I think I'm going to have to get my son, for a while he was doing good.
Yeah?
But now I think I'm going to have to get him some melatonin gummies again.
Not sleeping? Or not going to sleep?
I mean, and maybe it's just nerves. I know he's kind of, they're Rhiannon's super excited about first day.
Yeah.
Hunter, I think his mind works a little different, so I think he was just kind of like, there's a lot going on in his head.
Just busy.
So
busy brain.
At 3 o'clock when I woke up this morning to go to the restroom, he's just laying on the end of his bed, watching TV. I'm like, knock, knock, knock. And he immediately goes like he acts like he's asleep. I'm like, Hunter, I know you're not asleep. Hunter. The kid commits.
I was about to say, he's committed to the bit.
He is my son. He committed. But
I'm sleeping.
Yeah, he wasn't super excited this morning, but Rhiannon was, I went to wake her up this morning and she popped up out of bed and she goes, up and at him. I'm like, all right, she's ready. You have no idea what's in store for you, do you?
That move where you just pull down the bed sheet and she's fully dressed, clothes, ready to go with the book bag and everything. Just boom. Well, good. So, tale of two kids this morning.
Very, very much. And congratulations, parents. You made it through a solid 8 weeks of having to figure out activities for your kids, and now it's back on the teachers.
Well,
although do your part, parents. That's what I'm going to say, because you're not sending your kids away for the year. This is going to every year involves a lot of parental involvement.
My wife would agree, but.
Most parents do not.
I would remind folks that commutes to and fro this morning will be a little busier
especially this week, because people are getting back into the routines.
Yep.
And
they usually turn like the school lights on a week earlier, like the flashing lights near schools and stuff.
Yeah, so that people like me can roll my eyes and be like, no.
Well, it's for real today.
Yes.
So please, there will be a bevy of children running, especially near schools and stuff, and little patience as we all learn how to drive properly in and out of the school parking lots to drop off your kids.
Yep. And it's just that perfect time of day too, when the sun is just right at eye level.
Yeah,
just makes everything super easy.
How to navigate the cones, not get yelled at by the
walking around like a bunch of like explorers, just like trying to see through the glints of sunlight.
Yep.
And a special congratulations to the parents that officially have graduated out of the school system, so they don't have to deal with the routines of the school day.
That's right.
Looking at you, Jocelyn. Congratulations.
Well, now they're like, all right, now you got to go to work or got to go to college or whatever it is.
This is when mom turns into, let's get you ready for the day too. Now I got to motivate you.
That's right. But, are you going to wake up at all today?
Yeah, this was and I know last year we started even earlier than this, and it's probably going to be a little bit of a shock to the system, to teachers, because they didn't do the Thursday, Friday thing like we have in a few years past.
Yeah.
But it still felt just super rushed.
Right.
Like we really sped to the finish line on this one.
I just feel like now that we're like school starting today, I feel like Labor Day is supposed to be like this weekend, but it's not.
Right,
it's
nope.
still another couple weeks away.
No, we got
It's like,
we got ways. Although that's kind of good news too for parents, because on the weekends you can be like, all right, you did your school week thing, let's go to the splash pad.
Right.
We got a couple weeks of moisture, especially this week. We're supposed to be at 109 on Thursday.
Yeah. Well, it's
a lot of degrees.
It's gonna be. Yeah, we're like today's only 100.
Oh, okay. Only
105 tomorrow. 105 Wednesday. 105 Thursday. 105 Friday. 102 Saturday. A chilly 98 on Sunday.
Ooh, grab your long sleeves shirts, kids.
So that reminds me.
Uh-huh.
I can't remember. I know you're wanting some time off.
Yes.
But I might have to go to a concert next week.
Okay, well mine is this weekend.
Okay, then I think we're good. Because next week, I think Kim's Def Leppard plans fell through, and I might have to go.
Oh.
I don't want to, but I might have to. She was gonna go with our niece, but she's got volleyball and all this, so they don't know yet. So it's being decided now whether I will know here in the next day or two. But I may end up having to fall on the sword and go to the concert with Kim.
Fall on the sword.
No, for real.
No,
I've been trying to get out. I don't even want to go. I want to stay here. But I might have to go for Albuquerque in 2 days.
Mike, you don't have to be fooling. I understand you're excited. I can see it. I can feel it. I can feel it emanating under your skin.
And it's I think Poison again.
Okay.
I don't even know who the other band is.
Let me do you one better.
Mm-hmm.
If your niece falls through and you don't want to go, I know somebody who might take your ticket off your hands.
I know too.
I'm just saying. If you really, really don't want to go, I could probably find you a surrogate.
Well, I'll probably end up going with my wife here.
That's fair.
The way it's seeing, but we'll see. But this is it. I'm done. I've seen Def Leppard 10 too many times.
I have seen the mountaintop.
I don't even remember who they're going. I know Poison's one of them, but I don't know if it's Journey or who else is going to be with them. But
So,
I have no idea.
My kid's mom, and I got to give her a big congratulations. Last week, she took a week-long OSHA trainer course up in Albuquerque. Passed with flying colors.
Equally exciting as the Def Leppard.
Let me get there. So she's now an official OSHA trainer. So in celebration, her boyfriend got her a tumbler with the concert lineup on it. So I was going to look at that tumbler, and I can maybe tell you who's
going
to be on the show along with
Check out the tumbler.
That's right. So give me 1 second to pull
Somebody's playing tonight at the Pavilion. That's very... Oh, it's Creed.
Ooh.
Daughtry.
Ooh.
And who's the other one?
All right, let's see.
I saw a commercial for it yesterday.
Is this the show? Creed, Bret Michaels, The Struts, and Extreme.
No, it's not. No, I know it's Poison. It's not Creed.
No, I didn't say Creed.
Oh, tonight?
No, I'm talking about the Def Leppard concert.
Yeah, no. The Def Leppard concert's Def Leppard, Poison, and somebody else.
Okay, I'm not sure which one this one is.
Yeah, I don't know.
They have Extreme on there.
Maybe it is Extreme.
And you've seen them in concert, haven't you?
No, not Extreme.
Have you never had the pleasure?
I've never seen Extreme.
Never had the pleasure of seeing them do their song?
We're a heavy metal band. More than words. Actually, their other songs are hard.
When I was in high school, I was in chorus for very, very little time, but we had to do valograms. And that was one of the songs that was selectable, was More Than Words.
Yeah.
And I was the one who had to sing the second half because I was the one in the class with falsetto. So I was the, what would you do if I tear my heart in two?
I'm a metal band.
Yeah. Super group, even.
Yeah, no, I saw a commercial yesterday for it on TV, and I said, oh, and they said August 4th. And I was like, that's tomorrow. It's Creed. It's Daughtry, and I'm trying to think of the other band that's in there that's
let me
in the same ilk. I don't remember who it is.
It's probably being texted to you right now.
Yeah. This is Kim. She's probably yelling at me. It's Extreme. It is Extreme. Extreme's the other band with Def Leppard. So More Than Words.
Let's see. Creed and Mammoth WDH.
Oh yeah, that's it. That's Van Halen's kids band.
Oh,
Wolfgang Van Halen's
Wolfgang Van
kid.
Halen.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's it. Yeah.
Okay.
That's who the other band is.
Dang.
That's right. Because I was like, I kind of want to see that one.
I mean, I would pay to see Wolfgang, but I don't know if I'd be real hard to admit to my friends that I'm going to a Creed and Daughtry show.
I don't really know Daughtry.
Now I will say,
I mean, I know who he is, but I don't know the songs that well.
Creed is one of those bands that you'll be sitting in the car with your friend, and you go, you can change it if you want to. I don't really care. And then 10 seconds later, you're like, with arms wide open under the sunlight. It is one of those bands that has a lot of sleeper hits that you really do want to sing along to.
Apparently, there's a lot of fans of this said come at concert because my wife, extreme. Okay. Mr. Brian Luck, it's extreme. Everyone's telling me it's extreme. So I may end up having to go to that concert. And I might see half of Roswell with him the way it sounded. All there to see extreme.
I'm just picturing Brian Luck out there holding the Union Jack up.
No way, kids.
I had one of those moments when Carletta went to one of the Def Leppard shows. She actually ended up making a Union Jack flag and like wrote Def Leppard on it and stuff and held it up. And the way she describes it is, oh, doggone it. His name just left my... Joe Elliott.
Mm-hmm.
She said, he looked at me. He looked my way and he smiled. That's all it takes. When you make it to a certain level, you just have to look in someone's general direction and make a facial expression, and that's their whole day.
I remember my wife making a similar comment at one of the previous concerts where she's like, he looked at me, threw me the guitar pick, or it was something to that same... I mean, she didn't make a sign or nothing, but she did. She was like, we connected. She saw me and threw me a pick, and I'm like, all right. Good for you.
Yeah, it's exciting. But no, we're gonna be taking a couple of days this weekend and going to see Midland on Friday night.
Nice.
And I keep wanting to say Martina McBride for some reason.
No,
I don't know why that name keeps popping in my head, but it's Miranda Lambert on Saturday.
It is Lambert, yes.
And hopefully all of Miranda Lambert
in her skirt,
in her short skirts, long.
I find it weird that, at least in my head, I have not heard of Miranda Lambert in years, or I mean, you know what I mean. It hasn't been in my radar or whatever for years. And then, like, all within a week, she's all over Twitter one day with her skirt and her buttocks hanging out, and days later, Hobbs, New Mexico.
You don't know. You book these things months in advance. You don't know what kind of controversies are going to come up right before your show, your set. That's the exciting part. You're like,
true.
Maybe she's going to blow up on Twitter right before she gets here. You know? Now she's viral sensation Miranda Lambert.
That's right. But now do you wonder, like now she's got to wear that skirt at every concert now because it's kind of like,
or does
popular.
Does she keep it specifically for the stadium shows? Like the
That's
one,
true. That was a bigger show.
That was a Morgan Wallen set.
Yeah.
I don't know if Lovington or Lee County Fair is worthy of
skirt worthy
of backside. It's not worthy. It's not cheek worthy.
You never know.
It was a very busy weekend entertainment wise.
Yes.
I was able to watch Happy Gilmore 2.
Oh, okay.
Which, by the way, glowing reviews.
I enjoyed it.
It was fantastic. And it's one of those I'm definitely going to have to go back and watch again just because of all of the cameos.
Yeah.
There were so many of them.
There's one. Yeah, I watched a video explaining to me all the cameos, and I still miss some of the cameos.
Right.
Well, and part of it, too, is if you're an avid golf fan, then you probably know more of the cameos than most people do because there's so many golfers in there. And I'm like, they're like, that's Roy McIlroy. I'm like, well, all right.
Just even and it wasn't even a cameo, but just the whole John Daly of it all.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. That is absolutely top-notch hilarious that John Daly is a homeless dude living on Happy's couch.
But Like when they go to the Hall of Fame, the Yellow Jacket, that every one of those are golfers.
Oh,
They're all famous professional golfers.
They all earned their.
I think they literally have the who. Like even Jack Nicklaus is in there.
Mhm.
They got who's who of golf. That I'm guessing the PGA got way behind this movie to try to support it.
Oh, I'm sure
because of the competition they're dealing with.
And that sort of was the plot with the whole maxi golf thing.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I'm not gonna lie. It makes golf a lot more watchable.
You know what, though? I got to say this. Pound for pound, Haley Joel Osment, and I don't know him in real life, but pound for pound, he plays a grade A jerk. Like, if you need a guy in a movie to be a passive-aggressive jerk, Haley Joel Osment is your guy.
You know, he really does. He does knock it out of the park.
He's got a very punchable face.
I feel like he's got a lot to draw from.
Right.
He's, he was everybody's on everybody's mind 30 years ago as a child, and he hadn't really done much since. So I feel like he's got a lot of anger to draw off of.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just because I've seen him in a couple things now where he's played this kind of role, and he nails it every time. Like now I'm trying to remember. It was it Entourage that he was in? It was Entourage, where he's like the film guy. He's just a jerk.
He played a character on Always Sunny that somehow was worse than the gang.
Yeah. I don't know if he's just like that's him in real life and he's just embracing this, but he just has one of these. You're just like, God, you're hard to like.
You have a punchable face. We'll just leave it at that.
He does.
You have a real punchable face.
He does have a punchable face.
The other thing, and I'm waiting on a text because I have to take my daughter to school.
Yes.
The other thing is SummerSlam was on over the 2 nights this weekend. One of the nights featured Becky Lynch in a match, and she paid a delightful homage to Happy Gilmore. She's actually in the movie. She's one of the maxi golf team. She's the one with the red hair.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's Becky Lynch. She's a WWE wrestler.
Okay.
So at one point, she has a kendo stick in this no DQ match, and she just squares up and whacks her opponent like a ball, and she does one of these things like she does in the movie. Perfect homage.
That's her move.
It was great.
Yeah, because all those golf, because I think Reggie Bush is one of the golfers. Yeah, they're all famous. I think they're all athletes of some way, shape, or form. But athlete. And but from my understanding is most all the cameos are literally like Sandler's friends. Like he's friends with all these people and everything else. I'll talk later, but I saw another piece of entertainment over the weekend.
Spoiler free, man. All right. Some of us have plans.
I did see Naked Gun movie over the weekend. My wife and I went to the theater and saw that bad boy. I'll talk about it later on in the show, but I laughed. I will say that. I've got thoughts, but there were some lines that made me laugh hard. Some I will say this: the movie did have a lot of the feels of the first Naked Gun. Did it feel the same? I'm not sure yet. I don't know. It's not quite. It felt like it, but not the same. Like you were trying to wear someone else's shirt or something like that. It's a little different. But anyway, we'll get into that. Let me give you the rundown. We're going to replay some interviews here today. We're going to replay our interview we had on Friday with Sonia Bolaños with Outreach Services of America. She's talking about a great opportunity for folks that if you're paying an electric bill, and you could really basically sign up for this program where you basically get your power from solar and get a discount. It's pretty nice. And you don't lose any, you still get power, everything else. You just have a cheaper electric bill. So pretty cool program you can sign up for. But anyway, we're going to play that interview with Sonia here in just a few minutes. In the 8 o'clock hour, about 8:15, we're going to play our interview we had last week with the folks from American Legion Post 61 family. They joined us, give us an update. Of course, farmers market, air races. They've got all kinds of stuff they're gearing up for right now. And then in the 9 o'clock hour, we're going to replay an interview we had back on July 22nd with the folks from the Chaves County Detention Center. We had the warden and some of his officers join us, and they are recruiting right now, but just talking a little bit about life working for the detention center. And so pretty fun conversation. So we'll play that here about 9:15 this morning. Plus, we will have all of the features that include your newses of the local, national, variety, Wall Street business update, whatever else we can come up with for today's show. All right, it is 7:25. If you like hot, this is your week. It's going to be hot all week. This is your official weather from a meteorologist.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Get ready for a hot week. We have a strong high-pressure system parked over the southwestern states, and that'll hang around for a while. Sunshine today. We're headed for the upper 90s to about 100. It'll be clear for the overnight hours, our low dropping to about 70, and then a little hotter on Tuesday. We're in the low 100s over the entire area and lots of sun, about 105 by Wednesday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Thank you, Steve. Currently, I got to scroll up here. 67 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 68% with winds out of the northwest at 9 miles per hour. 100 under sunny skies today. Winds will be out of the north, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Clear tonight. Expect an overnight low of 70 with south winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. For you Tuesday, sunny and hot, 105 our high, and that's pretty much what the rest of the week's going to look like with south winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Clear skies tomorrow night. Overnight low of 70 with south winds 5 to 10. Wednesday, sunny and hot, 105. South winds 5 to 10. Thursday, sunny and hot. Once again, a high of 105. Friday, more of the same, sunny and hot, high of 105. And then for the weekend, mostly sunny, 102 on Saturday, sunny and 98 on Sunday. So it's going to be hot all week. Today, one of the lesser hot days, if you want to call 100 lesser hot, but that's what it is. All right, 7:27. We're going to take about a 4.5 minute break. We'll get your Roswell Livestock Report with Smiley Wooten in there as well. Quick commercial break. And then on the other side, we're going to play our interview with Sonia Bolaños from Outreach Services of America, talking an opportunity for you to save some money on your electric bill. So that's coming up on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Good morning. This is Smiley Wooten at the Roswell Livestock Auction. A light August run following some good rain showers in the drawn area, but a nice selection of all classes of cattle, especially high-quality native calves, light yearlings, bred cows. We expect to sell 600 head, breaking down like this: 100, 125 weight cows and bulls, 75 to 100 bred cows and pairs, 400, 450 calves and yearlings. Today's sale will include 15 to 20 cow-calf pairs, mostly black, white face, red, white face English crossbred cows with black calves, pairs 7 to 10 years old, 35 bred cows, fancy quality black, white face Angus and Brangus crossbred cows, bred to high quality Angus and Charolais bulls, cows in good flesh, 4 to 7 years old, mostly 5 to 6s. 15 bred cows, excellent quality red, white face Charolais crossbred cows, bred to Angus and Charolais bulls, 5 to 9 years old. 10 young Corriente bred cows also today. 30 calves, Jim Espy, Fort Davis, Texas. Excellent quality black, white face Angus crossbred calves, shots at Brandon, 450 pounds. 19 calves, Mr. Bryce Wagner, Monument, New Mexico. Excellent quality black Angus calves. One round of shots, 500, 650 pounds. 21 calves, Watson Ranch, Causey, New Mexico. Excellent quality black, white face, red, white face English crossbreds. 400, 500 pounds, and 29 Corriente potentials, 200, 325 pounds. Sale time this morning will be 9 o'clock. Sale pairs bred cows 9:30 to 9:45, and be selling calves and yearlings about 10 a.m. We expect to sell 600 head here today. This is Smiley Wooten, Roswell Livestock
Hey Roswell, celebrate freedom. Celebrate huge savings with 0 down payment, 0% APR, and 0 payments for 90 days during the 000 sales event at Roswell Ford. Your friends at Roswell Ford make upgrading to a new Ford or quality pre-owned vehicle for less super fun, super fast, and super easy. So if you're making payments on your current vehicle and want out early, Roswell Ford will do whatever it takes to free you from your trade, even if you owe thousands more than it's worth. Right now, trade and upgrade to a new Ford for less with 0 down, 0% APR, and 0 payments for 90 days. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. Our aggressive lenders will push to approve your credit, even if it's less than perfect. Celebrate huge American-made savings and more for your trade during the 000 sales event at Roswell Ford. Get on board at Roswell Ford, because we'll do whatever it takes to make a deal. 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com. 0 APR for 48 months is $20.83 per thousand finance. Interest accrues from date of sale. Subject to lender approval on select vehicles. Offers not combined.
Injury, surgery, or illness can set you back, but you don't have to recover alone. At Artesia General Hospital, our rehabilitation services team provides physical, occupational, and speech therapy to help you regain strength, mobility, and confidence. Take the next step toward recovery. Call 575-736-8174 today to schedule an appointment and get back to living life to the fullest.
So I make a silly joke about it never raining, and now it seems like it'll never quit. Hi, this is Ben Manette from Roswell Seed Company. All this rain is great, but soon the weeds will be waist high and the bugs will be as thick as flies. But here at Roswell Seed, we have just what you need to control the weeds and fend off the bugs before they take over. So come see us at Roswell Seed, and be careful what you joke about. Mother Nature sure has a wicked sense of humor.
Celebrate the bounty of Lee County at the 89th Annual Lee County Fair and Rodeo, August the 1st through the 9th in Lovington. And get ready for the biggest entertainment lineup in New Mexico. August the 5th, after PRCA Extreme Bulls, William Beckman. August the 6th, Faith and Family Night with We the Kingdom. August the 7th, Tough Enough to Wear Pink with Randy Hauser. August the 8th, it's American Heroes Night featuring Midland. And August the 9th, for Volunteer Appreciation Night, country superstar Miranda Lambert. Annual Lee County Fair and Rodeo, August the 1st through the 9th in Lovington, New Mexico. For more information and tickets, log on to leecountyfair.net.
The octopus and the squid both have 3 hearts. That's why they eat so many Tums. Here's Mike Winters.
In studio this morning, a well-rested Sonia Bolaños back with us with the Outreach Program Services. Good morning. How are you doing today?
Good morning. I'm good. How about yourself?
Doing good. Doing good. How's your summer been going?
It's been amazing.
Good.
Yes.
Good. Are you ready for kids to go back to school and all that, or is it?
It doesn't really matter to me.
Doesn't matter in your world.
No.
Any fame, you're like, I'm ready for you to go back to school.
Right. I know. But I'm ready for the football season. That's for
you know
sure.
what? And I'm not gonna lie, I was not ready for a football game on TV last night. Like it crept up on me.
Really?
Like, they had an NFL game on last night.
Oh wow.
Hall of Fame game, and I literally got home from work and they're like, coverage of football. I was like, it's still July. I mean, I'm not complaining, but it kind of came quick. So yeah.
Yes.
And then here in about 2 weeks, of course. Bolaños fan, he knows a little something about high school football, so we're weeks away from some of those games.
That's true.
But now, last time you were talking with Sean, I was getting to Lubbock doing some medical stuff. This is really a pretty cool way for a lot of folks to save money, and it's all through this Energy Transition Act. And so explain it to me like I'm a dummy, because, well, I am, but just kind of break down what this means for folks.
So it's the Senate Bill 489 that was passed this year through the governor of New Mexico.
Okay.
And so basically what it is that now anybody can qualify for solar energy.
Gotcha.
And so you do not have to purchase the panels that go on your roof. And
the expensive part of it.
Yes. So what they're doing is they are producing solar farms throughout New Mexico. And so your electric company will get the grid of the energy from
Okay.
the solar farms, and they'll transfer it over to you.
Okay.
So
So basically plug you into the solar grid.
Yes.
Gotcha. Encourage you to say, hey, shift your power resource to our solar panels here.
Yes, that's
and you're
correct.
going to save a little money if we do that.
So you can save up to 28%. It
Okay.
just depends on what your income is, but everybody in New Mexico can
Regardless of how much money you make, you qualify to enter the program. The amount, your percentage of savings will vary based on income.
Correct.
That's the difference. Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay. Very good.
So
So it doesn't matter, and I don't care what anybody says. I'd like to pay less for something. You know what I mean? That's and if this is, and I'm sure that from the state's perspective, they're trying to say, hey, we're trying to shift people to alternative resources.
Yes.
Hey, let's dangle the carrot to get people to do that a little bit.
That is correct. So they, like I said, they're producing the solar farms, and so you will still pay your electric company, which it could either be XL, P&M, or the EPE, which is the El Paso Electric.
Okay. Is CVE part of that? I know some people in our listening
They
audience.
are not.
Okay.
They're not part of it.
They are under them, and I just want to make sure if
Yes.
they were part of it too.
No, CVE is not participating
Gotcha.
in,
They're on their,
in that program.
They got their different program.
Yes,
Gotcha.
that's
Perfect.
correct. So then your energy, your electric company will, like I said, they'll get that grid off of the solar farms, and they'll transfer it over to you. So you will still have to pay a portion to your electric company, which is like the state taxes, the
Uncle Sam's got to get their cut.
Yes, their fees and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
But your electric bill will now be transferred over to the solar energy company, which is, I believe it's Solstice.
Okay. Very good. And which they're the ones that are doing all the equipment, the investment of the solar panels and all the stuff. So you don't have to stick all that all over your house and do all that.
No.
Basically, they're going to reroute where you get your power from, and basically instead of it going to whatever plants it's in now in the grid, it's going to plug into these solar farms, basically.
That's correct. And so now anybody can, like I said, they can apply for it, which is anybody that lives in an apartment complex, a trailer,
Is it basically anybody that's paying an electric bill, I'm guessing,
Yes.
right? So if you are in a rental property, you don't pay the electric bill, then your landlord or owner would do that.
Yes.
But basically, if you pay an electric bill, you qualify for this, as long as you pay it to one of these companies we
Correct.
talked to.
Yes.
So very good. And so you can kind of check in with that. So if folks are kind of thinking, man, this is pretty cool, but I need someone to sit down and talk to me and explain this to me, is there like a place through you guys that they can sit down and talk to?
So they can come by the office at 212 South Lee.
Okay.
And it's here in Roswell. And then they can also call the number 575-244-6911.
Very good. And so this is, obviously, folks, low income stuff is a fool not to take advantage of this. But like you said, anybody that's basically paying an electric bill and is paying it to one of these participating companies qualifies here. So I'm thinking out. And guess what? Especially right now, July, August, which is probably arguably your highest electric bills of the year right now, with cooling costs and everything else, you're probably thinking, man, I sure would have liked to lock $10, $15, $20 off this bill, and some even more depending on what you qualify for here. But every bit helps on that kind of stuff. And
yes, it does. So right now we are signing people up for it.
Okay.
And so it will be available and it'll be ready to go like in the fall.
Gotcha.
So you will actually start getting the discount for the winter.
So now we're taking the sign-ups, but they'll actually flip the switches, so to speak, in the fall here.
Yes.
So literally, I guess, in this case. But so sign up now. Again, they can come by your office there or call. Is there a website people can go to do it as well?
There's not at the moment.
Okay.
So
but
now it's just the
coming soon.
Yes, as always. Yes.
And of course, anytime you're doing, when we're talking about energy stuff too, is one thing I would recommend is a lot of power companies offer free home energy audits and things during this time of year. take advantage of those. If they do offer those, they can save you a lot of money when it comes to this kind of stuff too, because they'll literally go through and pressure test your house and to see if there's leaks in your air conditioner, or, you know, where air's getting out. They'll check a lot of your light fixtures and everything to see, you know, if those are good, and or replace bulbs and things with the more LEDs, or the less or the more energy efficient. I guess that'd be the better way to term it. Light bulbs and stuff. The next thing you know, they're replacing filters and things. The next thing you know, there's another $20, $30 off your bill because they're doing that stuff. So in addition to this, you know, take advantage of some of those other opportunities too.
Yes.
I know, and just, you know, other tips. I know this is not directly through your guys' programs, but kind of same thing with sometimes some of these power companies will offer you incentives and stuff when you swap out air conditioning units, or even appliances like refrigerator, high energy use appliances. A lot of times they'll give you discounts for using more energy efficient appliances and equipment and things too. So check in with your individual companies, whether it's, you know, it doesn't matter which one, and see if you can save some money that way too. So
yes,
it's a good way to do it.
Especially right now, you know, the way the economy is, any dollar that you can save is worth it.
Well,
you know?
I mean, you can't even get a meal for under $30 right now.
No.
You know, and I'm talking at fast food.
Exactly.
I'm not talking at like, well, you know, we're not sitting and eating at fancy Applebee's. No. I'm talking about McDonald's.
I know. That is true. That is true. Even McDonald's, they don't have the dollar menu anymore.
It's like they call it the value menu. It's like $3.
Right. That's true.
Yeah. It's the world we live. Our parents did the same thing. I could get a Coke for a quarter, and we're like, I used to get a chicken sandwich for 75 cents.
I know. Hey, I remember when I was still in school, and we would leave for lunch from Goddard, and we would just drive all the way to Taco Bell for a 39-cent taco.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and then usually like, especially the football players, they probably get like 20 of them for like 2 people.
Yes.
Because they're 39 cents. It's like, yeah, you could literally feed. I mean, come on. I remember when I was a teenager, KFC had these basically little chicken sandwich sliders. They called Chicken Littles. And I think they were like 39 cents each. I remember me and my friends, we bought like 30 of them. I mean, we're just sitting over this stack of them. And we just slide right through them, you know.
Yes.
So you get away with that when you're a teenager.
That's true.
You do that now, you pass out in a coma. But all kidding aside, folks, please take advantage of this Energy Transition Act. If you're paying an electric bill, you qualify for this, and whether you save, and like I said, depending on income, you could save up to 28% off your energy bill cost each month by just signing up for this program. And what I think about it is, you know, whatever you think of energy and where we get it from and all that, I know one thing: if I can get the exact same thing I'm having right now and pay less for it, I'm for that.
Yes, that is true.
So whatever you want to get politically and all this, I don't care. I'm just like, look, if you offer me the same thing and I don't notice and I'm paying less money for it, sign me up for that. And this is one of these great programs.
Yes.
And who knows, you know, this is trying to, you know, we're in that peak time of year where these power companies start talking about brownouts and all that stuff. It's because when it gets 105 like it is next week and that drains on the power source, we get more people sign up for this. You're not going to be seeing brownouts and things like that.
Right.
This is, you know, as much as we're saving you $1, it is for the greater good going to make life a little better for us around.
Right. And then, you know, in the wintertime, sometimes we have those, you know, grid outs, and
sure,
you know, it's just like, oh my gosh, you know, a couple of years ago we had that.
Oh yeah, when we get those like Winter Storm Goliath type situations. And
I think it was like a couple of years ago when we had it in Texas, and literally it was like a whole week without electricity.
Yeah.
Like every once in a while you'd get your electricity would turn on for like
30 minutes,
an hour or so, and it's like, hurry up, you know, let's
quick,
finish,
do the thing, charge your phones while you can.
Yes, you know, do some laundry, something, and it would just, you know, go out again, and then you'd be without electricity. And
this is how we get
so
not so expecting those or having to deal with those kind of issues.
Yes.
So, and you get to save $1 or $2 on top of it.
Yes, you get to save, and you still get electricity.
Yeah,
so.
that's the thing. As long as I turn my lights on, they come on, and it's kind of like it's utilities.
Yes.
No one cares about plumbing till it doesn't work. People don't care about the water as long as when you turn on the spigot, it comes out. When you flush the toilet, it goes where it's supposed to go. The moment that doesn't happen, everyone cares about water.
That's true.
Same thing with electricity.
Yes.
You're like, I don't care about it until I can't turn on my air conditioner, and then I got.
Oh, I know. Or the heater.
Yeah, or the heater. Absolutely.
Yes.
So, Sonia, is there anything we wanted to cover? Anything we skipped or whatever?
No, just to let everybody know that we will be this evening. We will be at the rec center.
Oh, cool.
Also with the family night.
At the at the Aquatic and Recreation Center here this afternoon, which for the RSD, that is today.
Yes.
We've been talking about it here on the radio, but there's resources for kids for back to school. I think they're doing haircuts and all kinds of stuff. There's going to be a lot of resources for families, kind of like this here, if you want to learn. It's like, man, I just spent a bunch of money on school supplies. Well, maybe we can get you back on the back end here with your energy bill.
I know. We'll help you save what you spent on supplies.
Absolutely. So come on out to the Recreation Aquatic Center. You guys will be out there this afternoon.
Yes, we will be out there handing out information and signing people up as far as like making appointments because, we won't be able to have the time to sign people up.
Sit you down, but we can get you on the basically set up the appointment list and have you come in next week or something and get your forms filled out, get the process started, and next thing you know, here in the fall, you start seeing that discount on your bill here a little bit.
So we'll be there tonight, and then we'll also be at the Health Expo tomorrow.
Okay, at the mall tomorrow.
Yes, at the mall.
So if you miss tonight or whatever, or if you get, I get it. There's a lot going on both places.
Yes.
If you get wrapped up, you're like, oh, I forgot to see Sonia over there. Let me go hit her at the mall tomorrow.
Yes.
They're there too. So, but please ask questions. If you're going, what is this? This sounds too good to be true. Yeah, well, ask questions and let's keep you. It's really scratching. It's scratching two people's backs. It's scratching your back in the way that you're going to save some money. But this is really the way that they're trying to say, hey, we're trying to encourage people to use the solar, use this stuff. Let's because if we're going to put this stuff to create alternative energy, but also take a strain off the grid currently, this is how we do that. So it's not only good for the greater good, it's good for your back pocket too.
Yes,
so
that's
a big
correct.
one. And at the end of the day, like I said, as long as you turn the air conditioner, it works. Does it really matter where
where you get it from?
Exactly.
As long as it works.
As long as it works, and this is a win-win because it's cleaner. It's and it's adding to the grid, adding to the resource, or bringing more resources to the grid overall, so we have less issues. Good thing. So, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Don't stay dry, I guess, at the aquatic. Don't get too into the pool there if they're trying to. and get some Oys or something while you're at the mall tomorrow. Or La Salsa.
Yeah, the mall is just not a mall compared to where I come from.
I know. No, just hang out near La Salsa and you get a burrito. You're good to go.
There you go. Yes.
You just hang out there. That's my happy place in the mall is La Salsa. I'll just sit here and eat burritos. I'm fine. Occasional quesadilla, but
Right.
Thank you as always.
Thank you.
We'll see you next time.
With your Pecos Valley News Update, I'm Jared Cirillo. The city of Artesia has renewed its contract for air ambulance service. That means the service will continue to be free for residents if they ever need it. The agreement means all permanent Eddy County residents are automatically enrolled in the Trans-Aero Medivac membership program. No remaining balance will need to be paid by the patient if they need to be flown to a hospital. The benefit, the city reminds everyone, is only applicable if you are flown by Trans-Aero Medivac. Officials at Carlsbad Caverns say they've discovered decades-old trash that appears to be from the 1920s when the cave first opened to the public. A vintage glass Coke bottle that made it to the top of a rock far from the main corridor. Park officials say the bottle is called a hobble skirt, which Coke began producing about 1915. Last September, an empty Cheetos bag caused an uproar after it became a host for algae and mold. You're up to date. I'm Jared Sorello.
Your TV knows a lot about you. One study found Samsung TVs were sending data every single minute. LG TVs every second. That's hundreds of updates an hour, all feeding into a profile about you. I'm Kim Commando for Oracle. In business, you can have better, cheaper, and faster with Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. Try OCI for free at oracle.com/Kim. TV makers are making more money selling data than televisions these days. Many of them use something called automatic content recognition, ACR, to track what you're watching. This data gets fed into their revenue machine, helping them tailor ads and sell your viewing habits to third parties. The more data they have, the more they can keep you hooked. Want to limit how much data your TV is sharing? Turn off ACR in the TV settings. Opt into any Do Not Sell My Information services that your TV offers, and turn off voice control features, which might stop the TV from analyzing conversations around it. It only takes 5 minutes to be tech ahead with my free newsletter at getkim.com. In business, they say you can have better, cheaper, or faster, but you only get to pick two. But what if you could have all three at the same time? That's exactly what some of the world's most innovative brands and AI tech companies have since they've upgraded to the next generation of the cloud, Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. OCI is the blazing fast platform for your infrastructure, database, application development, and AI needs, where you can run any workload in a high availability, consistently high performance environment and spend less than you would with other clouds. So how is it faster? OCI's block storage gives you more operations per second. Cheaper? OCI costs up to 50% less for computing, 70% less for storage, and 8% less for networking. Better? In test after test, OCI customers report lower latency and higher bandwidth versus other clouds. This is the cloud built for AI and all your biggest workloads. Right now, with zero commitment, try OCI for free. Head to oracle.com/Kim. That's oracle.com/Kim.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Get ready for a hot week. We have a strong high-pressure system parked over the southwestern states, and that'll hang around for a while. Sunshine today. We're headed for the upper 90s to about 100. It'll be clear for the overnight hours, our low dropping to about 70, and then a little hotter on Tuesday. We're in the low 100s over the entire area and lots of sun, about 105 by Wednesday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. President Donald Trump removed the head of the agency that produces the monthly jobs figures after a report showed hiring slowed in July and was much weaker in May and June than previously reported. Trump, in a post on his social media platform, alleged that the figures were manipulated for political reasons. U.S. manufacturing contracted for a fifth straight month in July, and factory employment dropped to the lowest level in 5 years amid tariffs that have raised prices of imported raw materials. That's according to the Institute for Supply Management. ExxonMobil's second quarter profit dropped to the lowest level in 4 years, and sales fell as oil prices slumped as OPEC Plus ramped up production. A federal jury found Tesla partly liable in a 2019 car crash that killed a pedestrian and left another person badly injured when the car was in autopilot mode. A jury in Miami awarded the plaintiffs $243 million. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
Looking to start, continue, or complete your higher education journey? Join the more than 5,700 current Greyhounds on their journey to student success. Eastern New Mexico University offers the most affordable higher education degree in the Southwest, and New Mexico residents can go to school tuition-free with the New Mexico Opportunity Scholarship. With online or in-person degrees, ENMU is the right choice for you. For more information, visit enmu.edu. ENMU, student success, that's what we're about.
It's back to school time again. The one thing that never changes at this time of year is how much we need to pray over our schools. There are also words from the Bible that offer encouragement to both our students and educators during this time. Joshua writes this, "Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. For the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go." Solomon writes this in Proverbs chapter 3, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding, and in all your ways submit to him, and he will make your paths straight." So our church would like to pray this prayer over you. Heavenly Father, as our children and educators step into a new school year, we ask you for protection, wisdom, and peace to surround them. Guard their hearts and minds. fill them with confidence and perseverance, and help them to be lights of kindness and faith in their schools. Bless our students, our teachers, our friends, and families, and guide them all in your truth and love. In Jesus' name, amen.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
Do you know what the hardest part of dealing with the roofer is? Just trying to get them on the phone. Jennifer here from Trustmark Roofing, and I want you to know that you can always trust Trustmark Roofing to answer our phone. Need a free roof inspection? Just call us at 575-755-ROOF, and we'll answer with a live person, a real human being. Have a roofing project already going with us and need to discuss it? Just call 575-755-ROOF, and we will answer the phone. No answering machine, no voicemails, and no weird robot automated attendant. That's because at Trustmark Roofing, we're all about relationships and treating people right. That's true for customers and vendors and insurance companies and employees. Anyone and everyone who comes in contact with our company. So if you have any roofing needs at all, trust Trustmark to treat you right and to answer the phone. Our number again is 575-755-ROOF, or find us online at trustmarkroofpros.com.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first.
Hey CVE members, have you scheduled your no-cost home energy audit? If not, it's time to sign up. Call 575-746-3571 to get your name on the list for a free home energy audit. Weather stripping, new door sweeps, minor repairs, and much more. Start saving money and keep that purchased air in your home. Central Valley Electric Cooperative is happy to partner with Green Metal Energy for this valuable audit. Again, 575-746-3571.
If you're a service member, veteran, or family member who's feeling alone,
whether you're in crisis or not,
don't remain silent and suffer alone.
There is help out there.
Talk to someone you can trust.
Free confidential support is available 24/7 through the Veterans Crisis Line. Just text or call 988 and press 1 for veterans. Talking to someone about suicide won't increase the risk of suicide. It could save a life.
Sponsored by the New Mexico Department of Veterans Services, the Department of Health, the NMBA, and this station.
The tool used to measure your feet at the shoe store is called a Brannock device. The person that measures your feet at home for no reason is called a creep with a foot fetish. Here's Mike Winters.
Hey, good morning. It is 7:57. Stay tuned next hour, about 8:15 or so. We're going to replay our interview we had with the folks from American Legion Post 61. They joined us last week, gave us an update on some of the things they're working on. Actually, over the weekend, they've been making some progress on their new post facility. They're going to be, of course, I don't know if for folks that may or may not know, they American Legion Post 61, they purchased the property on East 2nd right across from the farmers there. It was an old tire place, but they've started doing some demolition over there as they're getting ready to work on building the new Legion Post there. So pretty cool. So that's a step in the direction. It's long time coming, so kind of nice to see. Hey, but they'll join us next hour, and we'll chit-chat with them. Hey, fans of Rod Stewart, Tonight's the Night is a dazzling production featuring the world-renowned Rod Stewart tribute artist, vocalist Rob Caudill, and Rod's former band members, the legendary drummer Carmine Appice and saxophonist Katja Rickerman, as they bring fun, sound, and excitement, and the music of Rod Stewart to life. They're going to be live at the Spencer Theater this Saturday, August 9th. The show is not one to miss. You can get your tickets now at spencertheater.com, or you can call the box office at 575-336-4800. Again, 575-336-4800. And we'll see you at the Spencer Theater in beautiful Alto, New Mexico. Yeah, it's a beautiful place to, if you've never been in there before, it's a beautiful facility to see a show. So go see Rod Stewart tribute. Pretty good. I know a lot of folks out there, big Rod Stewart fans. Not my cup of tea per se, but, you know, I understand. He's a big deal. I lived in the 80s. I know how big he was. It's not my bag, but, you know, tonight's not my night. But I know I'm in the minority there. Something else I want to put on your radar here. The Chaves County is going to be hosting a job fair here on August 18th from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's going to be at the county building at number 1 St. Mary's Place here in Roswell. Come see what Chavez County has to offer. They're going to be doing on-the-spot interviews for most positions at the detention center while they're there too. So, but yeah, from road to admin side, the detention center, pretty sure sheriff's department, all the above will have representatives on hand. If you have any questions, want more information, you can contact the HR department at Chavez County, 575-624-6557. Again, 575-624-6557 for more information. Again, that's August 18th from 8 to 4 at the County Admin Building. All right, it's 8 o'clock. Town Hall News up next. We'll be back.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. Texas Democratic lawmakers have done it again. They've fled the state. The move is aimed at blocking the Texas House from voting on a Republican congressional redistricting plan. Governor Greg Abbott giving the fugitive lawmakers an afternoon deadline to return, or else he says they could face possible removal from office. He's armed, he's dangerous, and he's still out there somewhere. The manhunt continues for a suspect wanted in Friday's fatal shooting of 4 people in a bar in Anaconda. It's in southwest Montana.
We want to find this guy. This is a dangerous individual who has committed an absolutely heinous crime against this community and these victims. I'll go ahead and announce right now that this time we have a $7,500 reward, and that's just the initial reward.
Montana Attorney General Austin Knudsen identifies the suspect as 45-year-old Michael Brown. A strike by several thousand of its machinists is the latest challenge facing embattled aerospace giant Boeing.
This latest industrial action to hit Boeing follows a vote by members of the International Association of Machinists and Aerospace Workers Union on Sunday to reject the company's latest offer on pay and work schedules. Around 3,200 employees at facilities in Missouri and Illinois are expected to join the walkout. Boeing said it was disappointed but had contingency plans in place. The company has faced a difficult few years following a number of incidents involving its aircraft.
The BBC's Tom Bailey says the strikers build fighter jets. It's Boeing's second strike in less than a year. Tropical storm Dexter is formed way out in the Atlantic off North Carolina, but it is moving away from land. Watching Wall Street, the Dow 364 points higher. The NASDAQ is up 300 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
A boat carrying migrants from Africa has capsized off Yemen, leaving 68 dead, 74 others missing.
The vessel, with 154 Ethiopian migrants on board, sank in the Gulf of Aden off the southern Yemeni province of Abiyan. An official from the International Organization for Migration in Yemen says, adding the bodies of 54 migrants washed ashore in the district of Kanfa, and 14 others were found dead and taken to a hospital morgue in the provincial capital of Abiyan. Only 12 migrants survived the shipwreck. The tragedy is the latest in a series of wrecks off Yemen that have killed hundreds of African migrants fleeing poverty and conflict in hopes of reaching the wealthy Gulf Arab countries. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
Authorities in Chile have found and identified the bodies of all 5 miners trapped in the collapse of a shaft, the world's largest underground copper mine. News and analysis, townhall.com. The Gifford Fire burning in California's Santa Barbara and San Luis Obispo counties, just about 3% contained. It has burned roughly 50,000 acres in the Los Padres National Forest. Her work on the small screen brought laughter and smiles to a lot of faces all those years ago.
Lonnie Anderson has died just days before her 80th birthday. She gained fame for her role as Jennifer, the receptionist for a goofy radio station on the hit TV comedy WKRP in Cincinnati. Anderson died in a Los Angeles hospital following a prolonged illness. WKRP aired from 1978 through 1982 and was set in a station trying to reinvent itself with rock music, often with wild and crazy results. Jason Walker reporting.
More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel and what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2.
Well, they call it the deuce.
Of Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Monday.
Yeah, buddy.
First day of school.
Everybody off and up out.
Yeah, I think probably most kids are either at destinations or almost at destinations at this point.
It's I think last year was I mean, I know a lot of it was because of everybody transitioning. I mean, obviously Hunter was still, or he was transitioning to pre-K at Del Norte, or to kindergarten at Del Norte. My daughter to her middle school, and so it was a lot of transition last year. This year it felt a lot more oiled.
Gotcha.
Like people were ready. My daughter, like I said, she was eager to get there this morning, and they were happy to see her. Things felt a little more organized.
Yeah.
Controlled chaos.
I know it's helpful when your daughter's on the same page you are. That makes it a lot easier.
Oh, so much easier.
So that's what happened today.
Yes.
Let's see how it goes.
I can't speak
4
for
days from now.
Day 2 through 187, but
today was a good one.
That's right. It's going to be a good day, Tater. So, you and your lovely young beau ventured to the cinema this weekend.
We did.
And enjoyed Liam Neeson as Leslie Nielsen
Yes.
as Frank Drebin Jr. in The Naked Gun.
Let me keep confusing you.
Yes.
Also starring Pamela Anderson, even though we lost Lonnie Anderson yesterday.
Wow. I didn't even put that together either. That's crazy. You almost wonder if they, like if Liam Neeson weren't the perfect, like Leslie Nielsen fill-in, you almost wonder if they didn't do this on purpose. Like, because they needed, the hot secretary role. Lonnie Anderson no longer with us, and that's insane. So, but spoiler-free.
Yes.
Thoughts. What do you think?
I will first off say this. In terms of how the story is written, how it is presented, how it is, just laid out there, it is of The Naked Gun ilk. To me,
it follows the recipe.
How like in the original Frank Drebin, he's got the internal monologue always talking. He's like that's continuing throughout this, and there's some great one line. Like in the other ones, he's always like like a midget at a urinal. I had to stay on my toes. He's got a lot of that going on in this one. That there's some good ones. There's one that he comments about Pamela Anderson's butt that made me laugh out loud. I would just howled. Fortunately or unfortunately, we went and saw it like on a Saturday at like noon, and we were the only people in the theater.
I would argue that's maybe better.
It was better, like in terms of enjoyment of the movie, but you know, I would like this movie to be financially successful.
100%. You went to a Saturday matinee.
I did.
Like a 70-year-old.
Well,
did you guys have like a nice diner lunch afterwards?
I just like going to the movies during the day when it's not as crowded and cheaper.
It's one of the most off-putting things in the world for me is walking out of a pitch black dark theater and there's still being sun out.
Oh gosh.
It's very off-putting for me.
I do. That's my welcome to my world.
Especially in summertime when you have to walk outside and it's hot.
Yeah. No, what I look at it is like, oh man, it's only like 2:00. I got the whole day ahead of me still.
So much room for activities.
But yeah, in that vein, yeah, it's very much like Naked Gun. I did see not an enormous amount of trailers before going in. I did see enough of them, and I did not. You do not nearly see all the jokes.
Good.
It is.
Okay.
It is. I need a second watching. There is the background stuff that's going on. I caught a bunch, but I think I missed some, and there's so that all of that is accurate or is lines up with it.
Who executive produced the movie? I'm
I
curious.
don't
I
know.
wonder if any of the Zuckers are involved tangentially. Because I got to imagine if they were even like an executive level, they had some semblance of.
And this is where I would also venture to is where it is very much like the original Naked Gun. I would also like to say the person that wrote it was not only a fan of the Naked Gun, but more of the fan of that 80s spoof comedy. Whereas because I watched it and there's moments that it reminded me of Hot Shots.
Okay.
And then there was moments where it reminded me of other 80s type that those type of comedies.
That they know how to lend homage in the correct way.
Because some of the way the jokes land and fall are more like a couple of them like, well, this is more like Hot Shots.
Right.
You know, like for instance in Hot Shots, there's the running gag in the first one where every time someone sits down, there's a little dog goes.
Yep.
Well, they do something similar with coffee throughout this entire movie.
Okay. There was one, and it wasn't even like it was, you know how they'll show just like a shot going into the trailer? It was just the shot going into the trailer, and it was Liam Neeson behind the wheel of a car, speeding down a freeway. Like clearly there's like lights going by, and you can see in the background, and then someone hands him a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's kind of a bit.
That's hilarious. I love that.
And then like there's comparables to the first movie that they did it the same joke in a different way.
Okay.
And that was kind of like for instance, the scene in the original Naked Gun after he gives his speech and then he leaves his mic hot and he goes to the bathroom and all that scene. They basically recreate that scene, but through like hidden police cam. Like there's something that happens during his day on his police cam that he wants to use in evidence to but they don't edit it. So it's literally his whole day and it's showing him eating 5 hot dogs and the problems that come with the hot dogs. And it's just this whole thing that's pretty funny.
That's pretty good. I'm really looking forward to seeing it. I'm excited about it.
But that being said, watching it in a 50-year-old brain versus my 16-year-old brain, it lacks a little. It doesn't have the coolness it did back then.
That's fair.
If that makes sense.
But okay, now this is the thing that I don't think that those movies necessarily had to deal with, because when Naked Gun and all those other parody movies came out, I feel like the audience sensibilities were like they had for lack of a better term, they had their mouth all set up for what they were going into.
Right.
This movie, I mean, yes, there's a lot of you who grew up with parodies and were fans of those types of movies.
Yeah.
But you're also trying to draw in a whole different new subset of
Well,
audience.
and this is where I'm worried.
And so it's almost like teaching them how to enjoy a parody.
This is where I'm worried, is nostalgic people are going to love this movie. People that don't know a thing about Naked Gun, just walk into this thing blind,
right,
are probably going to poo-poo it. It pays a lot to homage to other things. And
That's,
if you're not, and if you're just new coming into it, I don't know if the comedy translates to kids this age. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but to me, I'm like, this is what we laughed at when we were kids.
Right.
Do kids still laugh at this?
So I would just say, if you're new to the game of parody movie, go in with an open mind.
Yeah.
Be ready for, nothing to be taken seriously.
Right.
And in a lot of ways looked at through the lens of like a 12-year-old boy.
Well, there's so many great, but if you like the one-liners, the off-putting, you're like, wait a minute, he just said that deadpan, but you're like, oh, wait a minute, that was a joke. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, there's so much of that going through, like Airplane, like Naked Gun. It's got that. Also, Liam Neeson is a great choice for Frank Drebin Jr. He's not Leslie Nielsen. Leslie Nielsen does the deadpan better than he does.
Okay. So there is a certain level of and I think a lot and a lot of that came from Leslie Nielsen's history.
Yeah.
And I think Liam Neeson has a lot of that same background, whereas everything he did was dramatic.
Yeah.
But it's a really fine line to draw.
It is. And I'm not saying Liam does it badly. He does it well. He's not as good as Leslie.
Right.
Leslie was the king. And to be honest, what cemented it for me was yesterday, the TV was on, and there was an episode of Golden Girls on. And Leslie Nielsen was in it.
Really?
He was in it playing, basically, he's got a love interest with B. Arthur. That turns up in there.
who among us does not? It's my argument.
And I forgot. Like, it just reminded me, and where he's a little more serious than that than he would in, say, the Naked Gun movies.
Sure.
But just the way he carries himself, the way he talks, just the deepness of his voice, it's better suited for the Frank Drebin character than Liam Neeson is. But that being said, Liam Neeson did a fine job as his son. And playing the character that it was the one thing that gets me is, and I think, and I don't know if they did this so much in the original ones. For a guy that's so aloof and clueless to things, why is he so good at fighting? Like, he can kick you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he's like Chuck Norris with a, baby Huey brain. I mean, you're just like, what's going on?
Well, he's espionage trained. I mean, they teach them like Krav Maga and stuff.
Like, for a guy that's so good at dressing up as a girl, and clearly can't, navigate a basic conversation. That's the only part. Where Drebin never came off the Leslie Nielsen character, I should say. They're all Drebins now that I think about it. Like, he wasn't as intimidating. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's something.
There's a certain edge, and maybe that's also because he had so many chances to perfect it and cement it. I'm talking about Leslie Nielsen.
Yeah.
I think maybe since this is his first one, he's going to find his footing. It's going to be in a different place than Leslie Nielsen's was, but I think he's going to find that firm footing that eventually he can become this generation's Liam Neeson and Leslie Nielsen.
Right.
Dang it.
And the fact that Liam really made his claim where less dialogue was more for him. I mean, like, let's face it, the Taken movies were kind of what blew him to the status he is.
And you don't really need to talk.
And he doesn't talk. I mean, literally, the one line is, I got a certain set of skills. And no one can never quote anything else from that movie.
Right.
Except for that thing. Because there's nothing quotable.
This is kind of why I'm a little bit nervous about the Scary Movie reboot.
Yeah.
Because now I know that The Naked Gun didn't have any involvement from the Zuckers, at least from what I just Googled.
Okay.
So this was completely from, the blessing of the Zuckers, but from the mind of Seth MacFarlane.
Okay. And that makes sense. I can see it, kind of going back to my multiple 80 movie reference.
Right. I wonder if Scary Movie is going to suffer, the reboot is going to suffer a similar fate because it still has Wayans' involvement, but I don't think they're going to be as heavy-handed in the production of it. And so I wonder if it's going to... Because the Wayans style isn't as good as the Zucker style is in parody. Yes, there's insanely memorable moments in Scary Movie and in all those movies that they did, but there's also jokes that were specifically for this was funny when it came out.
Exactly.
But 15
they're
years
not,
after the fact.
They're timely.
Right.
They're not timeless.
Exactly. I keep thinking, and it keeps flashing in my head, and it's in Scary Movie 2, and it's that scene where the David Cross character who's in the wheelchair is revving up his wheels, and then one blows out, and you zoom in on it, and it says Firestone.
Yeah.
That was hilarious 15 years ago.
It doesn't
when
make sense
Firestone
now.
tires were blowing out.
And that's true with many of their things,
And
where
so
it's
I worry.
hilarious at the time. Like to be honest, in Living Color, when it came out back, it was cutting edge. It was really, I think, if any show ever put SNL in a danger zone as far as popular, I think in Living Color came closest. Some would say maybe Mad TV, but I would argue in Living Color
Mad TV
had a bigger audience.
It never had. It had the moments, and it had, looking back, one of the most stellar casts in history.
Right.
But it never had the ability to satirize.
Yeah.
Especially not like pop culture. Like theirs was, they had skits.
Right.
Saturday Night Live was, we're on the cusp of what's happening, and we're, we can make it funny.
Well, in Living Color is you could watch it today and laugh because of the original character. All of their other, let's face it, at the time the MC Hammer bit was the funniest thing of its day, but you do it now and they're like, who's this guy?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It doesn't, the Vanilla Ice,
Oh, you mean Rob Van Winkle, the home redesigner?
Yeah, you know what I mean? It doesn't translate those, but those are funny bits. But if you do Fire Marshal Bill, he rolls in with that, or rolls in with Homie the Clown.
Sure.
But
even if you look at Mad TV, you got Miss Swan.
Yeah.
You've got, there were memorable characters from the.
Although
from that
not all the
Stewart.
characters would play. Like the one I keep seeing, they keep rehashing in memes now, is Damon Wayans' handicap superhero character.
Oh, yeah.
Down like trouble.
Then again, I was a huge fan of the movie Blank Man.
Right.
So,
Okay, what was the name of that superhero?
I don't honestly remember.
I don't remember either. Down like trouble. Handyman? Was it Handyman?
I think Handyman, yeah. Let's see. Give us the rundown and I'll look this up.
All right. I think I've already did. Oh, yeah. What we're going to do this hour is we're going to replay our interview with American Legion Post 61 here. They joined us last week, give us an update on some of the things I've got going on. So we're going to play that here in just mere minutes.
Handyman,
it
spelled
is
with an I.
Yeah, there it is. That character, the other one was the blues man who wrote 50,000 songs, and he'd sit there and I wrote a song about it. Want to hear? Here it goes. I was sitting on the corner, stomping on my foot. Thank you very much. I love that. All right, 8:23. Here's your weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Get ready for a hot week. We have a strong high-pressure system parked over the southwestern states, and that'll hang around for a while. Sunshine today. We're headed for the upper 90s to about 100. It'll be clear for the overnight hours, our low dropping to about 70, and then a little hotter on Tuesday. We're in the low 100s over the entire area and lots of sun, about 105 by Wednesday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 72 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity's at 66% with winds out of the northwest at 12 miles per hour. It's going to be hot all week. 100 for our high today. with winds out of the north, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, skies will be clear with an overnight low of 70. South winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour. 105 and sunny for your Tuesday. South winds 5 to 10 miles per hour, and that continues for the rest of the week. Tomorrow night, mostly clear, overnight low of 70. South winds 5 to 10. And then Wednesday, sunny and hot, 105. South winds 5 to 10. Thursday, sunny and hot, once again a high of 105. Friday, sunny and hot with a high of 105. And then for the weekend, sunny and hot, 102 on Saturday. And then a chilly 98 on Sunday. So going to be a warm one this week. All right, 8:24, we're going to take a 2.5-minute break. Then we're going to play our interview with American Legion Post 61 family. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
It's a great time to buy a Kubota. From America's #1 selling compact tractor to zero-turn mowers and versatile RTVs. Get your perfect match delivered to your door now through June 30th. Get 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months, or up to $3,000 off an L3302 compact Kubota tractor. Now through 6/30/2025. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for more information. Visit Amigo Machinery in Roswell or see us online at amigo-machinery.com.
Hey Roswell, celebrate freedom. Celebrate huge savings with 0 down payment, 0% APR, and 0 payments for 90 days during the 000 sales event at Roswell Ford. Your friends at Roswell Ford make upgrading to a new Ford or quality pre-owned vehicle for less super fun, super fast, and super easy. So if you're making payments on your current vehicle and want out early, Roswell Ford will do whatever it takes to free you from your trade, even if you owe thousands more than it's worth. Right now, trade and upgrade to a new Ford for less with 0 down, 0% APR, and 0 payments for 90 days. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. Our aggressive lenders will push to approve your credit, even if it's less than perfect. Celebrate huge American-made savings and more for your trade during the 000 sales event at Roswell Ford. Get on board at Roswell Ford, because we'll do whatever it takes to make a deal. 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com. 0 APR for 48 months is $20.83 per thousand finance. Interest accrues from date of sale. Subject to lender approval on select vehicles. Offers not combined.
In a medical emergency, every second counts. Artesia General Hospital's emergency department is open 24/7, staffed with highly trained professionals ready to provide life-saving care when you need it most. Don't wait. When minutes matter, trust Artesia General Hospital. Quality emergency care close to home. Learn more at artesiageneral.com.
So I make a silly joke about it never raining, and now it seems like it'll never quit. Hi, this is Ben Manette from Roswell Seed Company. All this rain is great, but soon the weeds will be waist high and the bugs will be as thick as flies. But here at Roswell Seed, we have just what you need to control the weeds and fend off the bugs before they take over. So come see us at Roswell Seed, and be careful what you joke about. Mother Nature sure has a wicked sense of humor.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Bamboo plants can grow up to 36 inches in a day. So if you're told you're growing like a weed, you can say, "No, I'm growing like a bamboo." Here's Mike Winters.
This morning. This morning from our American Legion Post family. Of course, we have Commander Lee back with us as well, and Auxiliary President Jen back. So, good morning, guys.
Good morning.
How's life in y'all's world this morning?
Okay.
Pretty good?
For the most part, yeah.
I know a lot of whacking of the weeds and things been going on in memory lawn the last week or two here.
Actually, they're out at the new post.
Oh, they're out working at the new
post this morning.
Good deal on East 2nd there. If you want to get a hand, they'll love to have you.
Yeah, we need to help. The city is complaining about the weed height.
Okay. I didn't know there was much room for weeds out there. It was mostly concrete.
Weeds right now.
Yeah. But well, we don't want, God forbid, that make that building look less nice with the weeds.
Well, sooner rather than later, we'll start demolishing that.
Yeah, that eventually it will. We're getting there, but one project at a time. But
we've been very busy at Memory Lawn for sure.
Absolutely, Memory Lawn. We've been, with the rains came the weeds, and they're starting to get a handle on that. There's still work to be done.
2 weeks to get that place mowed, and then, of course, now we're starting over again.
Just about to. Yeah, it's kind of like like the road department. They start working on roads here and they go around. By the time they get to the end, they got to start over from where they began. And same kind of deal out there. But we're always looking for support there, so you can always reach out. And if you'd like to get involved.
We finally got a bid back on memory lawn for the concrete that we need.
Okay, for our
and
pad.
They want $30,000 just for the concrete. And
you tell them we're not hiding anybody in it?
We're not.
Regular
Really,
concrete.
Yep.
So.
Because we're wanting to put that storage container out there so we can store that donated tractor that we're going to get. But
yeah, we got a donation
$30,000
from a
is
lady
a lot of money
to fix the tractor and put the trailer out there. But then we need $30,000 for the concrete. I was like,
that's probably worth more than the tractor.
Very much so, yes. But we're hoping to store all kinds of tools and stuff that we need out there.
Eventually, we'll put a columbarium out there, but for right now, it's a matter of now we got to find the money to do the concrete or find someone that can do the concrete for less.
Yeah.
We need the rebar. We need, the leveling, and we need.
Even if we have to pay for materials, which makes sense, if somebody could donate their time, that would be
equipment, I guess, or whatever is needed, the truck and whatever.
And if you need a crew and you're willing to be patient with us, we'd be happy to help.
That's true.
So.
And any vets listening that have construction companies or contractors and want to help,
we need all the help we can get out there.
That would be we'd love to have that. It's part of the process of getting memory lawn back to the way it's supposed to be.
Right.
And without the equipment and facilities to maintain it, we can't do that. And this starts with that. So
exactly, we're working in the right direction.
Yeah, absolutely. So please reach out. We'll get you numbers and contact here before we wrap up the interview here. But definitely,
hopefully, I get the website finished by this weekend, because then you can see the updated work parties and stuff that we have going on there. I've been trying to put on the website when we're gonna. Well, I know that on the RoswellLegion.org it shows it, but I'm trying to get it up on Memory Lawn Roswell right now.
Okay, very good.
And if you check Facebook, I update that pretty regularly.
Yeah, that's a pretty
activities.
And that's American Legion Post 61 on Facebook there.
Yeah, that one, and mostly because it's Memory Lawn related, I've been putting it on the Memory Lawn Memorial Cemetery.
Okay.
I know there's 2 accounts, but Memory Lawn Memorial Cemetery is the official one.
The other one was one from years ago that we don't have access to.
Many years ago.
And it's just not updated or anything.
I don't even know who's the administrator on that page.
I've actually talked with them. They're very nice people, and they try to get the word out to others that what is officially happening and everything. But it's kind of a memorial type page for a lot of people, so I have no issue with them keeping it, obviously.
Yeah, they're not doing nefarious things with it.
No, it's
but
fine.
if you're looking for up-to-date info on the cemetery, ours, the official one's going to get you that information.
Yeah, Memory Lawn Memorial Cemetery.
Yeah, well, good deal. But that's continuing on. Of course, don't forget, we are out at the farmers market every Saturday morning. You can always visit us there.
Jen and I personally will not be there. Saturday, we have to be in Albuquerque, but Team B will be out there. Lizzie is heading that up.
Yeah,
I know
one of our new members.
The B team's as good as the A team.
We're going to have Brian and Barry and.
This is why they're the B team. It's Brian and Barry.
Brian and Barry.
Yeah, exactly.
Lizzie needs to change her name. Belizzy she's Belizzy for the morning.
There you go. She's listening, so she heard that.
I did not come up with that, Lizzie. That is not my fault.
Well, she can choose a different name, but it's got to be B related. That's all.
Best dismiss, Lizzie. There we go.
Yeah, you don't use the B word around.
But yeah, we're trying to get somebody to bake for the stuff because our
part of the bee connection. We need bakers.
Yeah, because our usual baker, she's out on vacation.
I
know. It's all right.
How dare they take vacation?
I know. We try not to hold it against her.
But you're right. We're out at Farmers Market every Saturday until Eastern New Mexico State Fair. Right now, we're trying to sell these coins. We have commemorative coins. There's only 500 of them.
They're pretty cool.
A lot of them been sold already.
Yeah, they're for the Reno Air Races that are coming to town.
Races. $25 a piece and then we're selling them at Reno Air Races if we have any
I'm about to say, I don't know if we're going to make it to the races.
We may not.
$50 at Reno Air Races, but they're very nice coins.
Absolutely. They're
nice weight, and they're really cool.
Yeah, they're good coins, and they're military people and people, that's ask about the coin world.
It's definitely a collector.
Yeah, it's a collector's thing. It's also a bit of an honor thing. It's a lot of things going on there. So we'd love to, if you're interested, we come see us on Saturdays.
Yes.
The sooner the better, because I don't know how many we'll have left later in the season.
I can't remember. Is Don going to be there? No,
he's going to be up in Albuquerque with us.
That's right. Don's going to be in Albuquerque with us. Yeah.
Everybody's in Albuquerque.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I have to do School of Instruction, which is basically kind of a educational weekend for all of
Is it like Legion College kind of thing?
Yeah, kind of.
Kind of like Legion College Light.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Basically,
Legion Community College.
Yeah. Basically, it lets everybody know about the programs and
$15 you get to learn about what we do.
Cool.
Yep.
Very good. Excellent. So now, if you're interested in being a part of Legion, you don't have to start there.
No.
Start by just coming. Hey, come see them on Saturday. Ask. They'll have applications there. You can fill one out.
We actually signed a couple people up.
I just took on a brand new member. He's actually an Aztec.
Yep.
But they have no Sons of the American Legion in the northwest corner of the state. So he contacted me and asked if he could join us. So I said yes.
Cool.
Why not?
But he only joined us, really, I think, to be part of the Riders. But that's it.
Well, that's a start.
Yeah.
That's a long haul to the meetings. I ain't going to lie.
Yeah, he ain't going to come to the meeting.
Looks like an 8-hour trip.
I'll tell you that right now.
That's dedication for you. Yeah.
But tomorrow they should be meeting, doing craft projects.
Yeah, we're actually we're doing a fundraiser for the American Legion family. We're putting patriotic transfers onto handbags, like so little totes. We sell them at the farmer's market, and it works out really well because
nice.
you buy all this stuff and you have nowhere to put it.
Yeah, we have cool trinkets usually at our
well,
booth,
if nothing else, you get your veggies and things. You got to have somewhere to put them. So we're doing that, and then we're hopefully going to sell them at the races as well, because they'll have all sorts of stuff for sale out there, and you need a bag to put it in.
And just so you know, every time you make purchases on these types of the coins, the bags, or anything that we sell like this, baked goods, it goes back to everything we do as a Legion. It goes back into, a lot of times if there's vets in need.
We're actually getting ready to buy school supplies.
Yeah.
And then later in the year, we'll be doing.
Speaking of a veteran in need, when we were in Albuquerque, on our way back, we were taking Southeast Veterans Transport back. There was a woman being transported back to Roswell. Her husband was in the hospital at Presbyterian up there, and we were trying to get her home so she could feed her animals. But we got a call just before we hit Klein's Corners saying that they didn't think he was going to make it through the night. So we doubled back, dropped her off at the hospital. Of course, he was unconscious, and then we spent the night in Albuquerque and drove back the next day. Well, long story short, we heard from her, was it yesterday morning?
Yep.
She contacted us and let us know that her husband had finally passed, apparently down here.
Okay.
They got him down here, I guess, to hospice. I didn't know you could transport unconscious people into hospice, but I guess you can.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah, so long as he was stable enough, they could.
Yeah.
So we steered her towards one of the funeral homes in town here to help her out, but still the cheapest we could get her is like $2,500
for the cremation.
So she still needs some help there.
Yeah, she does
financially.
We're going to help her out by paying for the direct cremation part, which is like $400, but she obviously would need more help if the community is willing.
Well, we can be that
we can be
conduit.
the funnel.
Yeah, the conduit for that if you want to.
Yeah.
So if you
come Saturday and say, sorry about that poor lady, here's $100. We'll make sure it goes right to her.
Yeah, she had just moved here, I guess, from Texas with her husband. He was young, too. He was only like
53
years old, died of cancer. So liver and kidney.
Yeah, they failed on him.
Man.
Yep. So, if you want to go to roswelllegion.org and make a donation to help out one of our community members
that would be
and
great.
A veteran, we will make sure she gets the money.
Absolutely, too. And then, likewise, of course, if you like for Memory Lawn, for instance, if you want to donate monies that goes directly to Memory Lawn, you can tell us that, and that's exactly, we won't use it for anything other than
anything you put in the memo line. We have to spend it on.
Yeah.
Now, memorylawnroswell.org has its own donation page, but roswelllegion.org, if you earmark it for Memory Lawn, it'll
go there too. So
yeah.
And likewise, if you earmark for anything else, if you're like, well, I know you guys do scouts, use this towards scout, fine. That's what exactly what we'll do.
What will happen.
But if you don't tell us, we will use it for general fund things, and hey, veterans in need here, or this organization needs some turkey or
bringing
whatever.
up a moment ago, we're going to have to buy back to school supplies here really soon. So we got that going on, and we're going to probably do something to help out Food Not Bombs.
Yeah, you guys been hanging out and meeting some vets and meeting some people out there, and apparently from everything I'm told, Don is quite the eggplant parmesan chef.
Yeah.
Well, I was talking to Jocelyn, and she said that they work out of an LLC, I guess, out of
the nonprofit.
Dexter Hagerman.
Okay,
Hagerman, yeah.
Is under 100% Chivas County, maybe, or
No, it's
something forward.
Forward Hagerman, I think.
Okay, there's Hagerman Forward.
There we go.
That is okay. Yeah.
So we checked her out, and she's under their 501c3. So
got it. Okay.
It's a fully qualified fund, so we'll go ahead and we'll kick in some money to that. It costs her, according to Jocelyn, about $60 a day to feed the homeless.
I brag on that organization all the time. They are it's literally just grassroots people collecting food from wherever extra food is, whether it's your Elks Lodge meeting or a restaurant or homemade stuff that people bring, and they just set up in the park and say, come eat. And they don't care who you are, what you are, where you come from, whatever.
The city's been rousting them, and this is really unfortunate. So.
Yeah, there's some permits they've gotten, and then there's other times they've been told, and then there's told that, that you don't need a permit out here. This is public property. You can do this. There's, and to be honest, I think the city doesn't know its own rules.
That could be part of the problem.
And some people enforce it.
They just want money.
Enforce it.
Is what it really comes down to.
And so there's a lot of confusion there. So hopefully, if we ever get our facility done, they can maybe set up shop there.
For sure. And considering the homeless population and where they're at, it would be a good fit, I think.
Absolutely. It's right, it's about a block off from downtown here, so it's really not too bad.
And a quick update on Veterans Day Parade, which, of course, this year is going to be on November 8th.
We have an official poster.
Yes, we've got, I got the permit from NMDOT, and Don is working on Chavez County, and I've submitted a request to the city, but they have not acknowledged they've even got it yet.
Okay.
But hopefully that will get taken care of soon. We're going to have a meeting of the Veterans Day Parade planning committee. I think it's
the next Tuesday?
Second week of
I think so, yeah. Of August.
Yeah, I'd have to
August. Yeah, that'd be next. Well, no, because technically that'd be 2 weeks.
Right.
Because next Tuesday's the 1st.
We'll have to look that date up. But there's a planning committee. Of course, there's not much left to plan other than vendors. I'm not sure how we're going to do the vendor situation this year. We had vendors up at the Wool Bowl for the last few years with mixed results. I think we're going to try to do a coffee thing down at the Chavez County Courthouse lawn.
Okay.
Because it's invariable. The date we choose in November is like the coldest one in November.
It's always always chilly that
it can always be, warm a couple days before, and then the morning of, it's freezing.
So we're going to try to have somebody down there vending coffee and hot chocolate.
Okay. Although this last one was pretty mild, if I remember right.
It wasn't too bad.
Yeah, that's true. It was actually nice and sunny.
It was still colder than the other 3 weekends.
Yeah, but a lighter jacket got you through as opposed to parka.
Yeah, that's true. Very true.
So,
I don't remember completely shaking standing up there behind the microphone.
Yeah. And of course now, with it being close to 100 degrees this next weekend, we're looking forward to cold.
Right. Now, I'd
we'll be out at the air races, of course.
Oh, yeah. We will make our presence known there as well.
So we'll be out there and Eastern New Mexico State Fair. So.
Yes, we will have a booth at the fair as always, and we'll usually have some items for people to purchase there. And
Yeah, we
get
may
involved
still
too.
have coins then, maybe.
Maybe. I don't know.
doubt it.
But either way, we'll have something because, like you said, the craft side, they're always cranking out projects and things. And always have a bunch.
Yeah, I think it's interesting is Eastern New Mexico State Fair, they sent a new contract, and there's a few changes this year, especially when it comes to do with firearms and stuff for sale. So apparently they're claiming family-friendly status. So I don't know what people like. There's various groups
I was about to
around
say
town
half the
that,
raffles in the thing are guns
I know,
usually.
but I don't know how
You
they're
just
gonna
can't
handle
have
that.
pictures of them
Oh.
out posted.
And you can't have the weapons out, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Well, typically they stay at the vendor who was selling them to you anyway. But
Can you
Well,
show them
I
under
know.
the table? Like someone says, hey, what's that gun look like?
I don't know. I
Here's a
really
picture.
don't understand some of the changes. I mean,
Yeah.
I'd have to talk to that lady down at the
Yeah.
Eastern New Mexico State Fair to get some clarification. But we are not doing a firearm this year. We're doing the coins. So
I'm not trying to judge, but if I remember correctly, you walk in that building and I don't think the guns are. I mean, like you walk in there and there's like a big pot leaf and big. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If we're starting to get family friendly, we better pick and choose a little better. Just saying. I mean, I'm not judging anybody or doing it, but if you're going to go after one thing, you better go after all the things.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Equal opportunity.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
guess I'm not trying to be down on people, but I mean, even from years ago, I
Yeah.
remember this couple I knew that, if you saw a naked woman, that was bad, but exposing your children to pot and drugs was not. And I don't understand this shift in our culture, but
it's about dollars, but that's a whole nother
I'm
story.
sure it
Probably,
is,
yeah.
but, I mean, I have no problem with people doing
Yeah.
drugs or whatever they want to do
Exactly.
at home.
But
I
if
don't
you're
have
gonna,
any problem with that.
but all I'm saying is, if I walk in there and you can't see a picture of a gun, but I can walk in there and there's all kinds of weed products and
Yes.
other things like that, I'm like, all right, this family friendly thing is a bit hypocritical.
Well, I
That's all
would
I'm
think so too. I mean, it's not like you see quality liquor out there selling booze.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
So I mean,
Well, and I would even argue, like, you buy those mugs and cups and everything. You ever seen this on some of those mugs and cups and things?
I know. There's some real interesting stuff.
I'm just saying that that's a weird place to start, is with the fair and a bunch of farmers talking about guns. But anyway, another. Okay.
I know. Well,
All right,
I mean,
step down from the soapbox.
I know.
We're
I'm getting
not
too
trying
political,
to-
and I don't
we're not
want to.
trying to
but
debate the
boy, this is
hypocrisy
stupid.
of
It's
all
just me.
this.
It's me. It's not them. It's me saying this is stupid. But
It's just all I'm making note of, and that's not for better or for worse, but is that our culture is changing, and I'm not certain it's a good thing, but then again,
some
I'm
good,
old.
some bad. Always, usually, is what the truth is.
Yeah, the pendulum swings and then it swings back the other
Yeah.
way.
Sometimes we go to the extremes, but that's life. And the older you get, the more you see it.
Yeah.
That's what it is. The older we get, I don't think anything changes. I think it's always changing. You know what I mean? It's like it's just our perspective of it as we go through it is changing.
I think there's
Yeah.
some interesting changes, but I mean,
Well, I mean, yeah, but I mean,
I know what you mean about the counterculture.
yeah.
that
I mean,
kind of
just
thing,
even like
but-
when think about what we were trying to get away with when we were young versus, you know what I mean? And it's
even
way
you find
different.
it even
It's
in the
kinda-
American Legion back, in the
Yeah.
70s. It was all about the lodge, the bar, and all of that. And now there are posts all over the country that are actually taking the bars out of their chapters.
Yeah,
So,
an interesting statistic, I think, was over 60% of the American Legions nationwide now have ditched the bar.
Well, I mean, from the mental health side of it, it makes a whole lot of sense.
It plays a part. It
does.
does.
Like,
And
maybe
then, of
not
course-
drowning your problems at the bar is the way to go.
Well, not
here,
only that,
you know?
but it's a large commitment, not only in manpower
Sure.
but also financially. I mean,
That being said, I'm not opposed to a bar. I don't.
Yes, but with all the liability and the fact that you're a 501,
Sure.
It makes
It's
it
risky,
very
yeah.
It is-
problematic because with
It's like
the
guns,
litigation
but
that
not
happens,
done responsibly. It's a problem.
with the litigation anymore, one person leaving your bar, it could bankrupt your whole American
Oh yeah,
Legion.
it's a lawsuit. Yeah,
So,
but and that's where I think there's going to be a happy medium. It'll evolve, like you said. I think you're going to see the game lounges.
Oh yeah.
But I think you're going to still see the bars. I think you're going to see both. I think it's going to be a weird amalgamation of arcade bars.
Well, and it could be that the membership is going to decide what's important to them.
Sure.
So in this particular area of this town, this is important. So that's what they'll have.
Like, I think these gaming things are going to turn to like the Las Vegas Nights of old. You know, like the Legion will have Vegas Night, and it'll be game tournament thing.
Oh yeah,
it'll be the same kind of money making.
They do that for sure.
Deal kind of thing. I think.
And what's nice is it reaches the younger crowd.
And we are planning to maybe have a game room at some point. We probably will do pickles, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And if we can get enough manpower, we might do bingo.
Yeah.
But
I was talking like gaming consoles.
People ask us all the time, are we teetotalers? And the answer is no. We just don't want the liability of a bar. Will we ever have an alcohol event at our American Legion post? It's a possibility.
Well, we are going to
might do a beer garden or something like that.
Have a liquor license.
We just don't want the liquor license, and we don't want the headache.
It would be on the person, whoever's renting the place, if they have a picnic license or whatever they call that.
Whatever they call that thing, yeah.
But
that's
down the road a piece.
once we get it up and running, it'll be available
Those
for
are
rental.
Beautiful problems to have down
every
the road.
weekend.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that will be the idea. We're looking at marketing it as often as possible.
Sure. Well, and like we've said, when this thing's done, we ideally want it to be a community space for that part of town.
Correct.
Where it is kind of lacking some of those facilities in that area. So that's kind of, and what that entails. I mean, we have an idea, but I'm thinking it's gonna evolve as we find the needs and the niches and everything else.
Yeah,
that get involved
and we're
with.
hoping by bringing in the American Legion post in the Second and Garden area that it will help push back some of the problematic elements in the area, so that it'll be safer for families.
Absolutely, nicer neighborhoods make it's same adage with the dilapidated houses on your street. You clean that up and the crime goes away. It's just
that being said, also we're also going to be supportive of the homeless community as well.
Right.
I don't know to what extent, but we're not going to be just a fester.
Sure.
We'll actually contribute. So
be a
resource,
a good citizen to our community.
Yes, that's the whole point of the American Legion: support veterans, kids in our community.
We just keep doing what we're doing, but in the meantime, support us by at the farmers markets, Memory Lawn. If you'd like to get involved there, please. The more the merrier on that.
For sure.
If you want to make donations because you're hearing about some of the stories of some of the people we're helping, that would be great. And by all means, we're looking for more veterans and veteran families to be a part of our American Legion family.
Yep, we can only do what we have the manpower to do.
I have been reminded that Lizzie does have a B name.
Okay.
Her maiden name.
Her maiden name was Buchholz.
Well, we'll go with that.
If you don't say it properly, you're not spitting.
We'll go with she's Buchholz on from 7 to about noon.
7 to noon.
Yeah.
And they will have
brownies.
Hopefully brownies.
Ooh, a B word. More B words. Brownies, baked goods.
Yep. So this Saturday, come join us.
It's the official B-Day.
We did get all of the sections mowed out at Memory Lawn, but as you all know, green things keep growing. So if you could come out with your weed whackers and your mowers and your brooms and whatnot.
Yeah, we're growing weed out there.
Yeah, lots of them.
Not the profitable kind, unfortunately.
I guess it depends on how desperate you are.
I guess there's a sucker born every minute. Didn't somebody say P.T. Barnum?
You know what's funny is he never actually said that, but he sure got credited
he
for
did.
it.
Yeah. But until we get our tractor, we're working with push mowers.
Yes.
So please bring yours because that is a lot of surface area to walk back and forth, back and forth.
And if anybody's got an extra 30 grand lying around or is being
although I did
contractor,
purchase a brand new gas-powered weed eater.
Yep.
So usually Barry's out there manning that one these days, but
he's on the heavy equipment.
It's been out there working. And now we don't have a call for brush hogs right now because we got everything low enough, but
For the most part, yeah.
It depends on if we get another deluge.
I was about to say, never say never.
Yeah, we're probably going to get a little more rain, so that means more growth.
And if anybody needs to add to their goat head collection, I'm sure we can help you out.
Oh, yeah, we got lots. Yep.
We can fill you
Yeah,
up.
if you go out there, I recommend sturdy shoes, because between the goat heads and that nasty 2-inch long thorns.
If you go out there and don't see, you've never lived in New Mexico. I mean, that's just, if you've been out in New Mexico, the goat head, and that's prime goat head territory.
Oh, yeah.
Well, and one of our members who currently lives in Colorado, she came back to tend her rental property, and I guess the people that were renting it were not
didn't take care of
tending her yard, so she's got a broken septic system and goat heads galore.
Yeah, and
so basically weeds.
Oh yeah,
and a septic system that's
weeds.
Probably feeding the weeds all kinds of nourishment.
Yes. So if you wouldn't mind helping out a widow of a veteran, we'd really appreciate it.
Yeah, that would be very helpful. Her neighbors probably appreciate it too.
Yeah, probably.
Bottom line is, any help you can give us, we'll take.
And then our next meeting, if you'd like to join us or visit us at our next meeting, will be next Thursday.
Yeah, a week from tomorrow.
A week from tomorrow, August 7th, at the Roswell Chamber of Commerce at 6 p.m. The public is more than welcome to come join us.
Yep, please join us. Our meetings can get a little boring, so new faces are nice.
That's right. New faces and come in and join us. We'd love to have. And we meet as a family right now, so Legionnaires, Auxiliary as sons, we meet one joint meeting at the moment.
Yep.
One day when we get our new digs, we'll have.
Well, and once we get enough members and we need the space.
That's the other part.
Another nice problem to have.
More gaggle of faces would require us to have separate meetings.
Yes. So. But we do most things as a family anyway, so it just makes sense.
We're very family oriented on that.
Yeah, pretty much we're going to need about probably another 60 members. I'm talking across the board, all three legs, before it's really feasible to have separate meetings.
Yep.
But it'll come.
Yeah, I hope so.
And we'd love to have you a part of it. And if you have any questions about what we do, RoswellLegion.org will get you there. You can see everything you need to know about it.
Good news is we got family brochures now. So.
And don't forget your scholarships, because I know schools are starting up. So if you are in the STEM or first responder communities,
got a veteran connection there.
And you have some sort of veteran connection, go online, find the scholarships, and apply.
Yeah.
Because we don't have very many applicants, so odds are you'll probably get it.
And there's some money there.
Yeah,
well,
$2,500.
We've distributed one. We've got 3 remaining this year.
Right.
But this way, we're itching to give money away. So help us out.
I got to call the university for that lady here really soon. And
and by the way, that money's earmarked for something, so we can't just use that money for, say, memory loan or nothing.
Nope,
it's designated. This is scholarship stuff.
It's $10,000 a year, and it's only to be used for scholarships.
So people asking, why didn't you just? That's why.
No,
it's earmarked specifically for that.
You can't cross-pollinate the bid buckets.
Yep. Nope. That would be
a violation of my 501.
Yep, and it's just not fair to the people that donated it, marking it specifically for that.
Right.
RoswellLegion.org, and then come see us next Thursday, 6 p.m. at the Chamber, or find us out on the courthouse lawn Saturday at the Farmers Market here. And if you want to catch us right now, we're over on East 2nd, right across from Farmers, working on the soon-to-be new Legion Hall.
I think it's the 603 property that they're working on today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very
Whacking
good.
weeds.
Yeah. Good deal. We get it all?
I think so.
Oh, yeah.
And then some, right? So,
yep.
Thank you, guys. And,
thank you.
Safe travels to ABQ.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Do you have a food, go-to whenever you go to
Hooters.
Albuquerque? What's that?
Hooters.
Ah.
They have a great sandwich. I love their chicken sandwich.
I love Wex.
Yeah.
For breakfast or lunch.
Mm-hmm.
If you like a breakfast, Wex is... And they're chained. There's 6 or so in town.
Okay.
WECKS. They're usually pretty popular. But if you leave there hungry, that's your own dang fault, because they give you
you did it wrong,
huge burritos, huge breakfasts. To be honest, I hear their lunch is good. Never eaten the lunch. I've always eaten the breakfast.
Okay.
Eggs Benedict or one of their breakfast burritos. Or
well.
They do this Papa Frita thing. It's pretty good, too.
Yeah. Well, if I get a chance, I'll
French
be
fries?
teaching classes that weekend.
Papa's Fritas?
Yeah, it's like a Papa. They call it Papas, and it's like the hash brown thing with the eggs and the meat and the green chili.
Because Papa's Fritas
See, you're making me hungry. Look at what you did
it's
there.
French fries.
Yeah, well, it's freshly delicious. I'm just saying. Now I'm hungry, too. I have to go to Wex. I'm jelly. I want to go.
You're jelly?
Jelly. I I want to go Wix.
You know, we haven't used those terms in 30 years.
I'm trying to, one for the kids.
You're trying to bring one back.
Yeah. Use words for the young folk. Jelly.
Oh, boy.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks,
so
Mike.
Rad. That's so rad, man.
Yeah, tubular. All right.
Has renewed its contract for air ambulance service. That means the service will continue to be free for residents if they ever need it. The agreement means all permanent Eddy County residents are automatically enrolled in the Trans-Aero Medivac membership program. No remaining balance will need to be paid by the patient if they need to be flown to a hospital. The benefit, the city reminds everyone, is only applicable if you are flown by Trans-Aero Medivac. Officials at Carlsbad Caverns say they've discovered decades-old trash that appears to be from the 1920s when the cave first opened to the public. A vintage glass Coke bottle that made it to the top of a rock far from the main corridor. Park officials say the bottle is called a hobble skirt, which Coke began producing about 1915. Last September, an empty Cheetos bag caused an uproar after it became a host for algae and mold. You're up to date. I'm Jared Sorello.
On air and online, this is Roswell's home for talk radio, KEND Roswell.
Several seats in the 2026 midterms.
The move could expose Democrats to fines and other penalties. It's an effort to stop Republicans from redrawing the congressional map. Republican Governor Greg Abbott called a special session of the legislature that started last month to take up the redistricting effort that the president has urged.
Correspondent Ken Lorman says Governor Abbott is warning Democrats he will seek to remove them from office if they're not back when the House reconvenes this afternoon. This week, President Trump plans to announce a new head for the Bureau of Labor Statistics.
Unhappy with the recent jobs numbers, the president fired the BLS commissioner last week, and he told reporters he'll name a replacement soon.
We'll be announcing a new statistician sometime over the next 3-4 days. We had no confidence. I mean, the numbers were ridiculous, what she announced.
The president accused the former jobs statistician of faking jobs numbers, calling it a scam without providing any evidence. Greg Clugston, Washington.
A Montana manhunt goes on. State Attorney General Austin Knudsen says they're looking for a suspect in last week's fatal shooting of 4 people in a bar in Anaconda, Montana.
By all indications, this is an unstable individual who walked in and murdered 4 people in cold blood for no reason whatsoever. So there absolutely is concern for the public. Again, I'm going to stress, we believe this is an armed and extremely dangerous individual.
The subject of that manhunt, 45-year-old Michael Brown. Rally underway this morning on Wall Street with the major indexes sharply higher. The Dow's up 473 points. The Nasdaq better by 308 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call low-cost airlines. Their prices are direct from the airlines, and they're so low you can't find these fares published anywhere. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and great package deals anywhere around the world. Wherever you want to go, they can help you get there cheaply and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call right now for the lowest travel prices anywhere and for great last-minute travel deals too.
Call 866-755-5300. That's 866-755-5300. Again, that's 866-755-5300. Call us right now.
South Korea's new leader taking a more conciliatory approach to North Korea, ordering the dismantling of propaganda loudspeakers set up along the border.
These loudspeakers were used by the previous government here in Seoul to blast anti-North Korean propaganda and South Korean pop music into the country for residents living along the border to hear. The broadcasts antagonize the North Korean leader, Kim Jong-un, who tightly controls his people's access to outside information. But South Korea's new president, Lee Jae-myung, is hoping to restart dialogue with the North, which stalled back in 2019. He turned the speakers off after entering office in June and is now removing them altogether. Last week, the North acknowledged his goodwill gesture, but said it still had no interest in talking to him.
And that's BBC correspondent Jean McKenzie reporting from the South Korean capital. News and analysis at townhall.com. A newly released poll takes a look at how Democrats and Republicans feel about their respective political parties. And it's not especially encouraging news for either party.
About 15% of Democrats surveyed by the Associated Press and the Nork Center for Public Affairs Research describe their party as weak or apathetic, and another 10% say the Democratic Party is ineffective or disorganized. Democrats and Republicans were asked in July to share the first word or phrase that came to mind when they thought of their own party. Overall, people held a dim view of both parties, with 43% viewing the Republican Party negatively, compared to 39% seeing the Democratic Party negatively. But Republicans were about twice as likely as Democrats to describe their own party positively, with 4 in 10 Republicans using words like patriotic or hardworking. Donna Warder, Washington.
More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3.
Tres Inviernos.
Of Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Monday.
Ah, yes.
First day.
Tis indeed. First of many days. Back at school.
Back into the routine.
Mm-hmm. You know, I joke that parents can get back to their old hobby of day drinking, but I'm gonna be honest. There's not enough hours in the day to get that done. I need to make school a little longer. If y'all would go to like an even 7 p.m.
Sober up a little bit.
That's the sweet spot. Yeah, you can enjoy some time, take a nap, walk it off, get some water.
Yeah, it's it's interesting and it's like during COVID. Of course, everyone was kind of stuck at home during COVID, but when my wife taught during that time, she saw some things. It was just different. It was just things that you're like, really? Like there was one kid, I guess their computer was in their parents' bedroom.
Uh-huh.
And literally that child's parents slept all day. Like the kid's there, and in the background there's the parent sacked out on the bed and literally been there all. And by the way, did not sleep fully clothed either.
Wow. That, by the way, that's rough. That was an interesting time for all of us because we all sort of learned to stage our background.
Yeah.
Like it's something I don't think a lot of older generations thought of. I'm sure new generations do because they're perpetually online, but you really did have to set up your background because trust me, judgments would be made and were. We had a lot of free time on our hands. What we're going to do other than make fun of you and your background.
Exactly. Yeah, there was nothing else interesting in our world.
If you're ever in a Zoom meeting and you see somebody in the meeting going, they're probably judging you silently.
Yeah. But I also judge people that go over the top to create like a whole world behind it.
Uh-huh.
Like,
Well,
that's too much, too. It's like, come
yes
on.
and no.
You're just
because-
trying for us to... I mean, like, if you want to put, like, the simple, I got clouds behind me or something, that's fine. But when you're creating a whole thing, and now you're going from, hey, look at me, I'm interesting. See, I'm
Right.
witty. I'm fun.
Well, okay. Whenever I was doing therapy, I was doing telehealth.
Mm-hmm.
And I would specifically want to and seek to, as often as possible, do those therapy sessions from my office. Because I have a big framed portrait of New York City in black and white behind my desk. And it makes for a nice backdrop for a therapy session, you know? Not the chaos of my curtain situation at my house. My car was always a good place too, because it was, if it wasn't too hot out or whatever, it was a decent place to
you can
set up the phone.
Go wherever you want to.
Yeah.
Someplace nice. Go to a park or something.
And as long as, the crap in the back isn't directly in the shot, you're fine.
Right. It's buried in the back seat.
You just got to learn to feng shui your nonsense. That's all that is.
Copious amounts of bottles and
Yeah.
what have you. Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, well, like I remember back in our, if I did something at the house, it was usually, I'd just do it from my chair. So the only thing you see really behind me is chair and a little bit of ceiling.
And you do have a big, cozy chair.
Yeah, I
too,
have a
so
tall chair and I'm short, so.
It takes up a lot of background space for sure.
Tall chair, short man. It kind of sucks up a lot of spots.
The one thing that bothers me is that corporations, specifically corporations, used COVID to take things away from us that I don't think we're ever going to get back.
Okay. For instance,
all-day breakfast at McDonald's.
Yeah, I do miss that.
Lots of people do. It's one of the most common complaints to McDonald's corporate is, when are you bringing back all-day breakfast? They took it away during COVID, and they just never have. They said it wasn't financially viable to continue it as an option. Is their message from corporate.
That surprises me.
Now, something else that you probably haven't necessarily noticed, but when I say it, it triggers a whole litany of memories. 24-hour Walmarts.
Are those gone?
Gone. Not a single one in the country anymore. And that harkens back. And I don't know if this is just my generation or maybe a time. Now school kids are in school now, so they won't hear this and be able to embarrass their teacher. But for any adults out there who want to do it, myself and the band director from Berendo Middle School,
you're getting outed,
used to run around Walmart at like 12:30 or 1 in the morning.
Yeah.
One of us with coconuts and the other one riding horses. I mean, we did this for hours. We're just wandering
and
around.
Now you know why Walmart's not open at 2 in the morning.
I know. It's not like for a reason. They said,
that's financially not feasible. Like the only people running around is playing, Monty Python in Walmart at 2 in the morning.
Stupid games. But where else can we go?
Right.
That was that, and then it was them and Denny's. We were always like the go-to at 1:32.
You can still go to Denny's at 2.
Denny's is still an option, although it's not the same. It doesn't hit the same.
Doesn't evoke the same amount of crazy.
And a big part of that is because we don't have the downtown Denny's anymore. See, this is when I become, well, that used to be a Tasty Freeze. Because that downtown Denny's was such a drawing hang.
Yeah.
All the people that were cruising the drag, or all the people that were hanging out by the seed store, the Hicks by the seed store, or or the kids with the systems and the lights that used to hang out in the old McDonald's parking lot.
It was a very central location.
Everybody had their clique. And I say, the Hicks that hung out by Roswell Seed, it was the Kickers group. That was that little space between Roswell Seed and that other building. They used to all line their trucks up, and it would you just hear, loud blaring country or hick hop, which was so much worse.
Big schmo.
Yeah, big schmo and stuff like that. And then just like the smell of, acrid, usually bad weed smoke and or chaw.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, the internet's changed a lot of that. I mean, we don't hang out at the mall anymore either. That was kind of a, I remember, and this is where kids today probably like, geez, that's what you did for fun. I remember this is in Maryland. There was like a shopping center that had a movie theater in it, and then there was a couple like department stores or whatever.
Right.
But every Friday night, people would get in their cars and cruise around basically in a parade-like circle.
Yeah.
Around the and most people out there with their souped-up escorts and whatnot.
And it's funny. We do cruises now during car shows and like these, and they'll like have the the 50s and 60s cruise in the drag.
Yeah.
We were doing that in 2000. I mean, that was the big thing to do on Fridays was I remember the exact path because I was working at McDonald's at the time and we were the north turn.
Yeah.
It was either us or the Chevron to turn to go back south, and the Diamond Shamrock station, which is now the Sinclair station, that was our turnaround for the other way. In fact, they had a whole sign up that warned people not to use their parking lot to make U-turns. So there was a whole thing, but that was the direct line was from that McDonald's or the Chevron to the Diamond Shamrock, and then just back and forth.
My wife is listening, and I'm supposed to give a shout out to her kids today, day one at school.
Oh.
I just got a text, send a shout out to my kids. Check your phone. I blow up my phone.
It means they're listening as a class right now.
Yes. So kids, don't go to the movie theater and cruise. Pay attention in school.
That's right.
And enjoy your first day of school. So.
And everybody say, thank you, Mrs. Sisson. Bet they did, too.
I don't hear nothing.
Hi, Billy.
Oh, Billy. Sorry. Saw some sand recently.
I bet there's a Billy. I bet there's a James. And I'm going to see, this is where I want to venture out and be like, there's a, let's see, an Anastasia or an Anastasia, maybe along those lines.
I know names are a lot more unique nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't think you're allowed to just call your kid Bob anymore.
When's the last time you saw a baby Larry?
Don't think it's like now you got to get at minimum you got to go with like a trendy name like Brett or you know what I mean?
I don't know what you're talking about. My children's names are Rhiannon and Hunter.
Right.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's what most people name kids nowadays.
The second of which is a pop culture reference, although not one many would get. He is, because I named him Hunter because of Sean, well, not necessarily, but Sean Hunter from Boy Meets World. Sean, his dad, so that was the closest I'm ever going to get to naming a kid after me.
Huh.
There you go.
Well, my wife's middle name is Hope, and it's after the character on Days of Our Lives.
Nice.
So
I was wondering if it was from the critically acclaimed 1990s movie Hope Floats. In that case, your parents were visionaries.
I know a guy whose dad was a huge Elvis fan, and Elvis is his middle name.
Nice.
Yeah.
Should have been Aaron.
Aaron.
You really want to deep dive it? Oh, is it?
No, it was.
I was like, that'd be perfect.
No. But yeah. So I mean, names come from all kinds of places. I've just always had, and I don't even know if this even applies anymore in today's world. But my thing was like, I would always, if you can't find the kid's name on a keychain at a gift shop, then I'm not gonna saddle them with that name.
Yeah, that's definitely gonna be a problem for one half of my children.
That's always been my rule.
Unless, of course, we're in like a record store.
Yeah.
And then I could probably find something with my daughter's name on it.
Yeah, that would be no problem. Yeah. Although Rhiannon, I feel like you can maybe find maybe not spelled the same, but I think you could find that like on a mug or something at a gift shop.
No, the problem is she'd have to settle with what everybody calls her anyways, Rihanna.
This is true. It's true. Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, that's just always been my. But I know I'm outdated.
We're just two old guys yelling at clouds.
You can't go wrong with Mike. Mike's been like the top 5 name for like 50 years now.
Michael is solid. Yeah. Adam is solid. It's another good one.
They're timeless.
Yeah.
I think you go anything biblical, you're pretty safe.
Well, yes and no.
I mean, okay, Judas might not work out there.
Let me explain to you why. So, my mother was obsessed, and I'm so glad I ended up with the name Sean, because my mother was obsessed with, we have like more than one member of our family whose first name was Dorcas.
Okay, yeah, if you're naming your kid Dorcas.
All right?
That's not
my
right.
mom was obsessed with naming one of her kids Dorcas.
Well, you're asking your child to be made fun of. Dorcas?
Yeah.
what's the nickname for Dorcas? I mean, Dork. I mean, what are we going to
Dorcas is a nickname. I've literally used that as a nickname as a kid. What up, Dorcas?
Well,
or what you do is you do what we always did was Dorcas Malorcas.
Well, and then it transforms to Doofus. I mean, there's so many variations.
Yeah.
Dorcas, Dingus.
Like it was a solid name in the 1800s, right there alongside Eunice and like.
I never knew any Dorcases.
I knew a Eunice. My cat's name was Eunice, actually.
Okay, I can get with a cat. Or an old woman, but not
an old woman.
An old wooden chip.
But yeah, certain names like Zephaniah.
Oh yeah, I mean, Jebediah or Bartholomew. That's a little dated, but I mean, you stick to the Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, you'll be all right.
And again, I have a real hard time trusting any kid named Seth. I can't explain it. I've maybe only ever known one Seth that I've liked.
Yeah,
not famous because Seth Rogen, obviously, but there's
Seth Green.
famous Seths that I can enjoy, that I can get behind. Seth MacFarlane, cool. But every Seth I've known in like real life, not a fan.
Yeah.
Same thing with Brandon. Like I've known like 3 Brandons, and they've all done me wrong in some way.
You're not singing the "Let's Go Brandon" chant.
So Seths and Brandons of the world, you've been put on notice. I'm coming for you.
Oh, it's gonna be a whole bar full. Sean doesn't like us.
At dawn, we ride.
Find him, hide his mailbox. Some guy named Seth.
Help me, Dorcas. You're my only hope.
Dorcas, Doofus, Dingus.
Dorcas, Zephaniah, unite. Malachi.
Bartholomew.
Bringing up the rear.
Let's go, Jebediah. All right.
Zebedee.
We got to get the hour going.
Yeah, we should.
We're going to replay our interview with folks from the Chaves County Detention Center, doing a little recruiting, looking for folks there, talking about life working for the detention there. Had a great conversation with them, so we're going to play that here in just a bit. But first, your ever not so loving weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Get ready for a hot week. We have a strong high-pressure system parked over the southwestern states, and that'll hang around for a while. Sunshine today. We're headed for the upper 90s to about 100. It'll be clear for the overnight hours, our low dropping to about 70, and then a little hotter on Tuesday. We're in the low 100s over the entire area and lots of sun, about 105 by Wednesday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 77 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 64% with winds currently out of the north at 14 miles per hour. Going to be a hot one today and all week. Less hot today, more hot later in the week, but all hot. Sunny and hot, 100 is our high today. Winds will be out of the north, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, clear skies, overnight low of 70. South winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tuesday, this is the weather forecast for the rest of the week, by the way, for Tuesday. It's pretty much the same all week. Sunny and hot, 105 for a high tomorrow. Winds out of the south at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow night, mostly clear. Overnight low of 70. South winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then Wednesday, sunny and hot, 105. South winds 5 to 10. Thursday, sunny, hot, high of 105. Friday, sunny, hot, high of 105. And then the weekend, a little less hot, but still hot. Sunny and hot, 102 on Saturday. Mostly sunny and a balmy 98. Nice and chilly on Sunday with a 98 for a high. All right, 22 minutes after 9 o'clock, we're going to take a 2-minute break, and then we're going to play our interview we had with the folks from the Chaves County Detention Center. Don't go away.
Looking to start, continue, or complete your higher education journey? Join the more than 5,700 current Greyhounds on their journey to student success. Eastern New Mexico University offers the most affordable higher education degree in the Southwest, and New Mexico residents can go to school tuition-free with the New Mexico Opportunity Scholarship. With online or in-person degrees, ENMU is the right choice for you. For more information, visit enmu.edu. ENMU, student success, that's what we're about.
Hey Roswell, celebrate freedom. Celebrate huge savings with 0 down payment, 0% APR, and 0 payments for 90 days during the 000 sales event at Roswell Ford. Your friends at Roswell Ford make upgrading to a new Ford or quality pre-owned vehicle for less super fun, super fast, and super easy. So if you're making payments on your current vehicle and want out early, Roswell Ford will do whatever it takes to free you from your trade, even if you owe thousands more than it's worth. Right now, trade and upgrade to a new Ford for less with 0 down, 0% APR, and 0 payments for 90 days. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. Our aggressive lenders will push to approve your credit, even if it's less than perfect. Celebrate huge American-made savings and more for your trade during the 000 sales event at Roswell Ford. Get on board at Roswell Ford, because we'll do whatever it takes to make a deal. 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com. 0 APR for 48 months is $20.83 per thousand finance. Interest accrues from date of sale. Subject to lender approval on select vehicles. Offers not combined.
The ultimate Wi-Fi experience is now available to you thanks to Smart Home Wi-Fi with Plateau. Get fiber-to-home technology 100 times faster than average household internet speed. Plateau has multiple plans and options to fit your family. With Fast, get true 100 megs per second download and upload speed. With Faster, get true 500 megs of download and upload speeds. And with Fastest, you get 1 gig. Learn more at plateautel.com. Get the speed you need with Plateau. Tried, true, trusted.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. More than 50% of Americans fall asleep on their sides. That's way better than falling asleep on someone else's side. Here's Mike Winters.
Studio this morning from the Chavez County Detention Center. Of course, Warden Michael Briscoe back with us this morning. Good morning, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Anytime. Love having you guys. And of course, also we have Clip McLean and Deanna Candelaria as well. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
How's life at the jail this morning? Or have you been yet? Probably haven't. Probably come straight in or.
Yeah, it's the same as usual.
Same as usual.
Yeah. No, our day starts a little earlier than most, so we've already been there.
Okay, I didn't know if how your shifts worked. If of course you're the warden, I figure you roll in. Hey, I got some things. I'll be in when I'm in.
No, that's the worst timing to have.
That's true. So, of course, the one thing that we really want to stress right now is the detention center is looking for quality folks to be a part of the team. We're looking for folks to probably serve in multiple roles. I mean, probably as corrections officers, but I'm sure there's other positions at the detention center that also need filling too.
We currently have openings in security staff as well as our front office staff. And we also have a full-blown medical team that's a contract and a full-blown food service. So we're not looking for just officers. We're looking for all areas.
Medical, food service, administrative, the whole 9 yards.
Yes, sir.
Matter of fact, while we're talking real quick, you don't have to wait till then. You can start applying now. But there will be a summer job fair the county's holding on the 18th for all the the detention center jobs, but every other, so if you want road department or any other departments, they'll have the openings there too. But I know you guys are right away needing folks to sign up and start, getting the training and getting everything involved to take over here. And there's pretty good incentives for jobs at the detention center. Benefits are great. It's when you're working for the county, they take care of you pretty good as far as, if you're trying to raise a family.
Right.
Then the benefits and the job security and promotion, it's all pretty good with the county.
Yeah, at this point, we're at a point now where we're looking for quality over quantity.
Sure.
We're at a good place. As far as jails are in New Mexico, we're one of the highest staff.
Your numbers are pretty good.
Yeah. We've came up a lot in the last 2 years, and we came a long way in 2 years. So our numbers are really, really good.
And I'm going to take a stab as an outside looking in kind of deal. What that tells me is you're creating a good work environment. Where people, this is something, and Chavez County is notorious for this, where every, when they do their commission meetings, every couple times a year, they'll do like a longevity thing, and they'll introduce employees that have been with the county for 10, 20, 30 plus years. And so those are always signs that say, hey, if you got people hanging around for 30 years, that's a good place to work. So,
right.
Kind of saying, and like you said earlier, in the world of corrections, globally or nationally at least, those numbers are down, and you guys are are not as down as some others are down.
Right, yeah, we're doing good. And our staff retention's actually got a way better. We've been able to retain our staff mainly because we give them better incentives in the way we treat them. You know, I work for my officers; they don't work for me. So when you have that kind of mindset, it actually shows those officers and those staff members that we care about them, and we do. Like,
absolutely,
they make it happen, not us.
And that trickles down to everybody.
That's right.
You know, whereas I'm sure are you both COs?
So I'm an administrative lieutenant. So
Okay.
I'm the one that actually helps with all that. I'm the
Okay.
first guy that people see. I'm
Gotcha.
the first guy that gets in the door and gets people in the door for hiring and recruiting.
Okay.
So just to put it in perspective for you, about 2 years ago, our staff retention type thing was more than 50%. We were losing people left and right. No
Sure.
one wants to be stuck in a jail all day, that type of thing, right? Now we're less than 20. Like, we're able to keep our staff and hold them. So we're doing pretty good.
That's
I only
great.
have about 10 openings right now.
Okay, but for the right people, this is
That's right.
This is what we're looking for. And so Deanna, you're a CO.
Yes.
So just kind of give people your typical day. Like what's a shift like for you at the detention center?
So I'm actually in classifications.
Okay.
We do all the classifying. We classify all the detainees that come in, depending on their charges and everything. We
Mhm.
house them in the appropriate housings, because we're not gonna just throw the murderers in
Sure.
a medium.
Right.
or
We're
minimum
gonna
unit.
put them in a place where we don't
Yes.
intentionally or unintentionally create issues we don't need to.
Yes. So we make sure that we know all of our detainees, what they're in there for, and everything like that. We also run all the investigations going through there and stuff like that as well.
Well, it's kind of like a city within a city, right? I mean,
Mhm.
yes,
That's exactly
I mean,
what it is.
Yeah.
You know, there's the outside world, but people that are in the jail, that's a whole other world there. There's almost another form of government. You know, I mean, it really is a different world, and you guys kind of serve as police officers / peacekeepers / the authority, but at the same time, you're the counselors, you're the judges, you're you're a whole
You're
lot
everything.
of hats.
Yeah, we wear a lot of hats.
As a correctional officer, you are everything from mental health to EMT to best friend to mentor to everything. I mean, you have a portion of it all. And the role she's in is actually in our classification division. And our classification division is actually one of the most important divisions within our facility. And the reason why is because the better job they do, the calmer my dorms are.
Absolutely.
You know, you have a guy comes into jail and has beef with somebody on the streets. Well, it's their job to figure that out. So they have to learn every inmate, everyone his likes, everyone his dislikes, everyone he owes money to. That way, they're not putting him in a pod where he's going to be in danger to himself or to somebody else.
So not to mention that you kind of get the inside knowledge on what's going on in our community too, because
that's correct.
What's inside that jail is a microcosm of what's going on in the outside world here.
Right.
So especially if it's gang rivalries or those kind of things, that translates into jail, and that's where you have to come in and say, okay, they're part of this organization or they're part of this we cannot put them in the same area. They got to be somewhere different, or okay, these people are and obviously people that are less violent are probably going to be separated from the more violent folks, and then you got to break it down even more, and I know just through how jails and things operate now, the tools are different, how you do this stuff. I'm going to take a stab, not that I have experience in this, but if you went to jail, say, 25, 30 years ago, it's probably a little different experience today than it would be. I mean, there's going to be similarities, sure, but like how the jail operates, when something happens, how you guys handle it's probably different. Am I right on that?
It's a constant change.
Yeah.
And I mean, in the last 2 years, you go back 10 years, but in the last 2 years, just the security upgrades we've made to that place and the staffing has turned it around. Like really the security upgrades we've done was not even heard of 2 years, 3 years ago. A lot of the stuff we're bringing in is cutting edge, and it's the new and the latest and greatest.
Sure.
And you got to keep doing that with corrections, because if not, you fall back in time. Well, that's just going to lead to more problems for you.
Absolutely.
And our job as a correctional officer is not just to bring them in and lock them up and throw away the key. Our job is actually to put them out better than we got them.
Keep them from coming back.
Our recidivism rate's too high. So within the jail, we are also trying to rehabilitate these individuals by use of programs, AA, NA, Wings for Life. I mean, we're actually going to double our amount of programming this year just to try to get our recidivism rate down, because at the end of the day, we want them to leave better than we got them, because they're going to move in next to us. We're going to be in line next to them at Walmart or wherever we're at. So we want better members of society.
And it's, I'm imagining you guys took a hit on this department when COVID and all that came. When that, obviously that, the world locked down, the jail really locked down. Yeah. It's kind of thing.
Yeah, there was no social distancing in jail 6 feet apart. It just wasn't going to happen.
But all that rehabilitative stuff was pretty much locked out. Yes. Wings for Life and these organizations they were not allowed in. Now, that's 5 years later, and now we're kind of coming in gangbusters and making up for lost time a little bit here, which is great, because like you're saying, you're seeing the proof in the pudding at the jail. You're seeing folks that came in are, getting the things they need to not come back. Whether it's mental health treatment or addiction treatment or life skills treatment, whatever, or a cocktail of all of that. Whatever.
And most of the time, it's a cocktail of all of that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's everything from AA, NA, Jesus to you name it. We're giving them a whole round of stuff to better themselves.
Sure, absolutely. So I got to ask you, what drew you to corrections? What made you say this is where I want to be?
So I wanted to step into law enforcement. My original plan was going to like sheriff's or PD or something.
Be a deputy or something like that. Okay.
And Briscoe came to me and told me to go work for him, and so I did. And now, honestly, I don't know that I'm still thinking about sheriff's or PD.
This
like
is where
I
you found
like
your
where
home.
I'm at.
That's cool. But I imagine, because you kind of get the best of both worlds. I mean, you get to do a lot of the duties that you would as a police officer, but I ain't gonna lie, you ain't getting out of a cop car and chasing a guy through a muddy field, or you know what I'm saying? You're not doing any of that kind of stuff. You get to, you're in the confines of the jail. They can't only run so far, but you know what I mean?
But on the flip side of that, the rebuttal to that is, we may not have to run through that muddy field, but guess what? We got to live with them.
Exactly.
They deal with them for 20 minutes. Yeah. We deal with them for years.
You know
sometimes.
Their kids. You know their families. You know who they love, who they hate, who they're hanging out with, and what they're aspirate. But then again, that's also cool too, because I imagine your civilian life has changed quite a bit because of this.
Yeah.
My wife is a teacher. She's been a teacher for 27 years. I've been in radio. I can't walk into Walmart without 20 people calling her. They ain't talking to me. I got a feeling you get that a lot. Like, folks that you come across and you're like, hey, there's Dan. Hey, how's it going? And you're just like, hey, how you been? I'm going to take you, probably get a few, happy stories. Like, oh yeah, I've remarried and I've got this and I got a job. And you probably get to see some of that with your job, don't you?
I do.
That's pretty cool.
And a lot of people worry about that, right? But like, I'm going to work in detention. I'm going to run into people that I may see or harm me or this kind of thing. But they're people. We're going to house people. Everyone makes mistakes. They're going to end up in our facility. It's how we treat them. If you treat them like humans, I've run into people all the time. They're like, hey, how are you doing?
They're going to treat you like you're your brother or sister. That's,
hey, I know him.
Yeah,
type of
exactly.
Thing.
Because they know that you help them.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, they get it. You help them, and if they're in a better place than they were, you guys had something to do with that. And I think they love it.
And honestly, the way I look at it is, as long as you're firm, fair, and consistent every day, and every day's a new day. So if something happened today, you don't hold no grudges. You go back in the next day and you do your job.
Yeah.
And as long as you treat everyone with respect, they're all grown men and women, and it's not our job to judge them. It's not our job to be mean to them. It's not our job to do anything other than make sure they're safe and make sure they stay there as ordered by the judge.
Sure.
So I mean, if we don't take nothing personal there, you can't.
And I think even when it does get personal, it does work itself out down the road.
It does.
And someone says, all right, see what you did there, dude? All right, maybe I
come back and apologize to you.
Yeah, you work it out like human beings do. That's and that's where your guys, and that's, I don't think what people realize your day-to-day job is like. It's like they all think you're, insert prison movie here, and insert guard and that role. You think that's one minute percentage of the job. Most
correct.
of it is being like a teacher, a counselor, being the just there tending to needs and checking in on people and finding out about their days and talking to them and kind of thing. And obviously with your role, that's kind of what you spend a lot of time, investigating and just kind of creating the proper, I guess, I guess, chemical equation there just to make everything flow in that jail.
We're public servants, and our job is to keep the community safe. And the way we're going to keep that community safe is by running a good, tight jail.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's just the way it is.
And I'm going to take a stab too. Is like you were talking about technology and things. I was in leadership Roswell a few years ago, so I got a chance to tour the jail. Wasn't there for
Shame
other
on
reason.
me if I don't say 2024 was the best class ever.
There you go. I was a little older than that, but I got to see
2020.
That was 2019.
That was 2020.
Okay, so all right.
We are the latest and greatest. 2024 is the best class of leadership Roswell.
We're all Rick Craftites.
Yeah. 2020.
Dan, I guess you're next.
Someday.
But the technology in there, like if you want to go to visit someone there, you're not in the jail. You go to a visitor center, and they got a whole technology system that allows you to do all.
We do not even have that no more. So technology's evolved so much now.
That's what's updated
that
since then.
You don't even have to go to that center no more. Now it's all based off of cell phones.
Okay, so they can do it from their house or
the
wherever.
inmates do it from their cell.
Okay,
they don't even have to move, and you do it, and the visitor is at their house or some other location.
Okay. Could they do? I know a lot of court stuff is handled video-wise too. Does that work the same way, where they can do it from their cell?
Sure.
And so you don't even have to transfer them down the hall, or do they have to go to like a room?
Excuse me. For court, we do walk them down the hallway. We have a courtroom inside of our jail.
Okay.
So we walk them down there to a video arraignment or whatever.
Perfect.
There.
Okay. But either way, this eliminates the problem of escapees during transports and
exactly.
Every once in a while you hear about one of those, some van and someone gets away and this is one of the positives from COVID, I think, is because we had to get more virtual with everything.
It forced us for technology
and for corrections and law enforcement and the judicial system. There is some advantages to that, and in terms of safety, as far as the least we have to move these inmates or wherever, I don't know the proper term, the
detainees,
the incarcerated.
every time an inmate has to be transported, a detainee has to be transported. Anything, medical, court, whatever, it's a security risk.
Yeah.
So with that technology coming in and us doing courts and everything inside there, then it lowers our security risk.
Absolutely.
It makes it safer for my officers.
Absolutely.
As well as that inmate too.
Yeah, exactly. So this is what I'm trying to say is life as a CO or really any position there at the facility. It's like another 9-to-5 job like anything else in many ways, other than there's a few more bars and security, to get in and out and things. But the work life's the same. I'm sure you have two sets of friends. You got your fellow coworker friends, and then you have relationships with the folks that are permanent or longtime residents of the jail here.
So we look at it as we're a family there. It's corrections is definitely a dysfunctional family. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
It's a dysfunctional family.
I can see that.
I look at it.
That makes sense to me.
He's my brother. She's my sister, and I'm gonna have their back no matter what. It's definitely family oriented.
It's
and I want to foster that culture because it's going to pull us together tighter.
Absolutely.
And a tighter knit group is going to work more efficiently and more safely.
There is that same mindset like that military and police and EMS. It's that everybody's watching each other six kind of thing.
Right.
And when you work in a job that needs that type, it creates a different kind of bond.
You can't fail on that.
Yeah. Than working at the copy hut or whatever. You know what I mean?
Sure.
It does great, and in turn, y'all turn into family, like you said. When you're not at work, there might be a weekend where everyone's at somebody's house barbecuing, or you know what I mean, or going to whatever, going to the park and have a cookie, whatever. You guys hang out outside of your work day too.
Right. It's definitely not for everybody. Not everyone can do the job.
Sure. You gotta be a very patient person to do this job,
and smart. You got to be smart, and you got to be quick on your toes. You got to be the best tool you got on your tool belt. Like, they may wear vests, they may wear radios, cuffs, spray, everything, but the best tool you have as a correction officer is your mouth to de-escalate situations. When you de-escalate a situation, it's less litigation, it's less injuries, it's less worker comp claim, and it's safer for everyone involved.
And it also strengthens for the next thing.
Exactly.
You're creating that relationship.
And it also teaches that inmate how to actually talk something out rather than use his fist or violence.
Sure. Can I ask you, and I'm not from a female perspective, because I'm going to take a stab that there might be some women that might feel intimidated being in a jail. Share your experiences that way. Do you ever? I mean, is that ever kind of factor in your thing, or you're just, one of the guys that do the folks in jail treat you that way? Because I imagine there's people, dudes are dudes. You know what I mean? And I, just your personal experience. Because I imagine there's probably a lot of females that are maybe a little apprehensive by that. And I just want you to kind of share your experiences there.
So as a female, whenever I first started, it was intimidating. I mean, me being
let's face it. Person. You're what? You're a tiny lady.
Yeah.
You're not exactly a linebacker. So you are smaller than than probably the average inmate that's in there.
Yeah, it was intimidating. I mean, walking into a unit with 20, 25 guys in there, and they're all huge guys.
Sure.
And they all just kind of like circle around you. It's pretty intimidating.
Sure.
But the main thing is, like, once you get the respect with these guys, like, you will not have any issues at all.
Yeah, once you kind of, explain that, okay, I may be small, but I know what I'm doing. And, I'm just, once they get that message, then it rolls cool.
And with the guys that have been there for a while, I mean, I have respect with some guys in there, and there's new guys that come in. If I walk in a unit and a new guy is, like, talking smack and everything, the older guys that have been there have respect with me and everything. They kind of, in a way, like, protect me.
It's kind of that code that's in jail, and the folks that are more, veterans of being time in there, they, like you said, hey, she's good people, don't be doing that. They look out for you because you've shown them respect in the past, and you've built relationships there, and that matriculates down. I'm very sure that those inmates know better than anybody who's the guards they like, and I'm sure there's always one or two, you know what I mean? But they the proof's in the pudding on that sometimes, and when you see them coming to your defense, it's like, okay, that one's respected.
And to add on to that, not to take anything away from my male officers, but my female officers, I really hold a high standard for them, and the reason why is because if I have a pod going off, I could send her in a unit, and just her mere presence is going to de-escalate that situation. If I send a 6'8", 240-pound yoked up male in there, now they perceive him as a threat. It's a threat.
You're right.
But if I send her in there, it's de-escalation.
Think about it this way: when in terms of heading into the country bar, and you've seen the guy's been up at the bar drinking all night, and then the muscled up dude walks in, didn't do a thing, but they look at him like it's some kind of conquest, and that's kind of what you're talking about here. Whereas Deanna or someone comes in, they're like, okay, maybe they're willing to talk rather than swing.
And honestly, I've been in corrections for a long time, for over 25 years, and I've never had a facility. I've never even seen a facility, and I've seen every facility in New Mexico, but I've never had a facility that had such a high rate of female officers. We're running probably
more than 50%.
More than 50% of my staff are female officers.
Excellent.
Which, in the Department of Corrections, we begged to have female officers, and we couldn't get them. Like, I may have 70 on my roster, maybe 3 of them were females. And
so
over here,
the balance is shifting.
Yeah, I have over 50%, which is excellent.
Which, I'm not a scientist, but like you said, things have kind of, never been calmer.
Well, in my experience, just with hiring and getting them on the floor and going, they intense make a better detention officer because they're able to do the things like Briscoe's talking about. And
I'm getting a little philosophical here, but maybe this goes to that, point, where we talk women's rights, and women always, they have a mindset to prove that, no, you can't. And so that translates, I think, in this. Does that make sense what I'm saying here? Maybe a little bit that, just historically, over the last 30, 40 years, women have, come a long way in trying for equality here. And this is kind of proof that, they've been building for this fight a lot longer than we have, if that makes sense.
And not only over 50% of our officers are females, but we also have a good little portion of female supervisors that actually are at our jail, and they actually get a lot of respect from everybody.
Sure. And what they say goes kind of thing.
They think, they tend to think a little more calmly and clearly than a yoked up officer, you know.
Where their instincts are, you know, go to the fist.
Right.
The other might be, all right,
Well, it's just that inmate mentality, right?
Sure.
I mean, and it's a culture that is breeded in jails and that kind of stuff. He says I have a female officer walk in there, they're not going to give her as much problem as
Not
they're
much of
going to
the
give
bravado
me,
and
right?
much-
Or,
that
or
makes
trying
sense.
to attack me or that kind of stuff. They can't do that.
They don't
right?
have to.
They're not going to
show their manhood to them,
Right.
per se. Where you walk in, they're like, okay, I got to.
Right. They're not going to back down, type of thing.
That makes sense.
And not
yeah.
only that, they also have their own standards and their own rules. And one of those rules is they're not supposed to be attacking females. So it actually kind of, their rule works in our favor.
Sure.
So,
There is a respect code there.
There is.
There's always, and that's, you know, I've watched enough of those jail documentaries to know that's pretty universal in every jail. There's certain things, certain lines you don't cross, certain things you don't do, and if you respect those things, your time in jail is probably going to be all right.
And don't get me wrong, yeah, I may send her in there, but don't think that 20 of her brothers ain't standing outside that door waiting to come
That's
in.
the other
in
thing
case
too.
something
Is
don't happen,
the
'cause
moment she has any kind of problem, there's like you said,
you're-
50 people ready to handle business.
Yep.
Well, and that's the
because
other
they look at her as that's her little sister. So you ain't gonna put your hands on my little sister.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, because like it's that thing. It's that bond, that
Yeah.
family.
That's right.
It's no different than like a weird comparison is military folks.
Right.
You know, I was in the Air Force and I got so much crap from Marines and Army about and we give it back too. But the moment somebody that's a non-veteran starts cracking on the Air Force, the Marines are like, "Hey, buddy, stay in your lane, dude."
Well, and people worry about that, right? They worry about, I'm going to get attacked, or I don't want to deal with that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Really, when you think about it, it's not like the TV shows or anything. 90% of the time is what I tell people when I hire them. 90% of the time, nothing happens.
Sure.
It's
just a
it's an
quiet
easy,
day.
No, I don't say the keyword, but it's a nice day. You know
Sure.
what I mean?
Yeah,
So-
don't jinx it.
Yeah.
But
10% of the time, the rest of the time, we train and we prepare and we coach.
It's just-
and a lot of trying to hire people. A lot of people see these movies and they see these shows and they think that's how it is on the inside, which holds them back from actually applying. And it's really not. It's really not at all. I mean, when you get in there, you realize that all of that TV show is just smoke and mirrors and not real life.
When you get folks that apply locally, is that? I'm just kind of from your perspective, is that a positive or a negative, or does it matter? Because like someone that grew up and is raised here, odds are they're probably going to know some people in there.
Yeah,
where
right.
someone that's coming from the outside isn't going to have.
We're a
it.
small community, so
Is
you
that-
know them.
I imagine that could go both ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it can go both ways, but more than not, you see them there and they don't want to act a fool or act out in a way because they know you.
Sure.
And they hold a level of respect for you on the
Sure.
streets, so they want to
I
carry
remembered
that
you in
on.
high school or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
That's
of course,
usually-
if they remembered you for
Right.
something else. Yeah.
Right, yeah, exactly.
But that's right. But so, folks, local, yes, please come and turn an application, find out what this is all about.
We offer great benefits. I've worked for the state for 20 years, and if I'd have known that the county was this good to us 20 years ago, I'd have been at the county. Yep, I really would have. Our commissioners, our county manager, everyone involved, they have our back 110%.
And I know,
and it shows.
And the thing is, nothing's perfect.
Right.
They have problems
Sure.
at the jail just like anything else, but they get addressed.
That's right.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's like, okay, we found a loophole, we found an issue. What do we can do to fix it as soon as humanly possible?
And
what happens.
And with it evolving, everything evolves. And every time it evolves and we find a new problem, we come up with a solution to fix it. And then I take that to our finance committees, to our commissioners, and say, hey, here's the problem. Here's what I need to fix it. And they have been really, really good to us.
Nice.
Really good to us.
I got a weird, dumb question.
Sure.
So, like, when you guys go on a shift, you're there the whole time. You don't leave or anything,
That's
generally.
correct.
You're there for your, what is it,
It's
8
12 and a
or
half
10
hours.
12 and a half hours.
Usually for most people, it's 12 and a half
So I got to
We pay them
ask,
through their lunch.
what happens if you don't bring a lunch? Are you, like, eating inmate food? Or
No,
can
we have a
Can you
full-
DoorDash something? Or how's that work?
Not only can you DoorDash something, but we got a full-blown snack and vending place.
Okay,
too.
for
staff.
employees
Yeah,
and
for
staff.
yeah.
Okay, cool. I was just curious. I was like, man, that's...
You
it's
can
like,
get
you
everything
forget-
from a bean burrito to a cappuccino. In there.
Nice. Okay, so you can eat good. All right. I was just
Yeah.
curious. I was like, man, you forget your lunch. You're like, I'm getting the the jail food.
But the jail food's not bad.
It's not bad, but
it's not.
I wouldn't pay for it. Put it that way. You can eat it.
Yeah.
I think that's. Do they still make the commissioners come and eat lunch with you guys every year?
Yeah. So on their tours, they come through and they do a walkthrough of it just to make sure everything's up to standard for their side.
But
of
I know,
it.
for years there, they'd actually come and eat the food and everything else. I don't know if they still did that.
I don't think they ate on this last tour.
Gotcha.
But
make them.
I'll offer it.
Yeah.
I'll have to offer it next time.
Yeah, I get it. Actually, the food's not bad, but it's just it's not built to look like you're not eating it at a restaurant. This ain't IHOP.
Well, and for the inmate food, we actually upped that. When I got there, we were at a 2,800 calorie diet a day, and we upped that to a 3,200 calorie diet a day. So we were able to do that and lower our price. So I mean, it's a win-win.
The magic works here too,
right?
And of course, the other thing is, folks don't know, they did a major renovation of the facilities a few years ago, and it's one of the best state-of-the-art facilities for the moment.
And
so technology changes that.
We actually just had 2 dormitories that we remodeled and put in all new ceilings and a bunch of light fixtures and stuff. So, I mean, keeping it up to par is a job in itself, but we're kind of playing catch up.
Sure.
So.
But it's also a delight that you don't have one of the issues that many jails do is overcrowding and some of those things because of these upgrades.
Sometimes.
It's not as bad as it could be.
That's correct. Yeah.
So let me ask. Just seeing the time, we need to wrap up here. Is it best to maybe go through the city's website to apply, or come to come down to the jail? Or what do you
governmentjobs.com.
Okay.
Is the website. You're able to apply on there, fill out your application.
Okay.
Like I said, I'm the first person to contact, and our HR department will get me the application. We set up, as soon as I get the application, we're setting up interviews the next day.
Very good.
We'll hire people within a week. It usually takes about a week process. So a week and a half, and we're getting you started.
For any of the just kind of the bare bones requirements to work at the corrections center there, what's
high school diploma or GED,
okay,
and a valid New Mexico driver's license.
Gotcha.
When we do the application, those are the first 2 questions we ask.
Assuming they had to pass drug and alcohol
screening, and a background check.
That's even after. Yeah, we do a background check and stuff.
I imagine no
DUIs within 3 years.
Sure,
so
and I imagine too you also look into the mental health side of things because you guys you want people that are mentally fit doing this job because you're going in an area that if you're not, it's going to beat on you.
Yeah, our HR department sends them to a physical with the doctor and that kind of thing.
Sure.
And then after hiring, we go through a month of training, OC training.
Oh, yeah, they just
16-hour,
They don't give you that big ring of keys and say, here you go.
16-hour defensive tactics class where you learn how to defend yourself and that kind of thing. And we're not just going to put you out there. We make sure you're mentored on doing that.
You're never alone on a
when you start
on a beat or whatever you call it. When you're
and when you're talking about inmate visitation with the visitation center, we actually turned that visitation center into a training center.
Okay.
So that whole building is now nothing but training. So we have defensive tactics on one side, and then we have classroom on the other side of it. So
they get a full. They got a full facility there that is devoted to nothing but
before they even
getting ready to be a member of the team.
And that's all paid. Your time paid, that kind of stuff. We get you paid as soon as you're in the door.
Excellent.
You're paid all through all your training. You're paid. I mean, the benefits for the county is just phenomenal.
Oh yeah, you can trust me. And people that have been working for the county for 20, 30 years, they have great benefits plans and they got great packages and not to mention too,
in a retirement package. Too.
Retirement packages, but. I'm going to take a stab that, when you're going to buy your first homes and things like that, there's probably programs for, first-time buyer, CO, corrections. I bet there's some special advantage, kind of like veterans get or law enforcement. I imagine there's, and you can get, take advantage of some of those zero down or, super low interest rates just for being a CO, So there's a lot of perks to the job, too. And like you said, too, is if you want that job, where you feel like you're part of a family that like everyone's looking and let's face it, it's a full-time job. Yes, you're doing your 9 to 5 your shift, whatever at the jail, but at the end of the day, it's a lifestyle. It's a family. It's when you're not at the office, you all are still looking out for each other.
Well, and that's another quick little add-on for us. I mean, now because we have the staff, we're able to do a better schedule. So my staff only really works 7 days every 2 weeks.
Nice. So they don't have
6 months out of the year is all they're really scheduled.
So less chance of burnout here.
Yeah.
All the things that can be a problem.
4 days on, 3 days off, 3 days on, 4 days off. So they only work 7 days every 2 weeks.
Yeah, you could take 3 days off in between your 4 and your 3 and have a full-blown vacation just using 3 days of leave.
Nice.
So,
yeah. There's perks here.
There is.
Yeah,
There is.
Works out pretty nice.
And I'm going to take a stab that your shift goes by quick. Like you get there, and you're doing your rounds, you're getting in your day, you're talking, and next thing you know, it's my shift's up, man. I imagine that
Everything
time flies
moves
in that
quickly.
deal.
Yeah, and we try to pride ourselves on having that real work-life balance type of thing. They say we're just saying is do your 12 and hit the gate type of thing, So come do your shift, handle what you need to handle, and go home.
Go home and
got to be able to balance both.
Leave it at the office.
Exactly.
So, very good. So if you're interested, please start asking questions. Start the process here, and who knows? 1 year from now, your whole world could be completely different.
That's right.
You're on a path to whatever your dreams are, kind of thing. And then don't forget too, on August 18th, at the county office, 1 St. Mary's Place, they are going to have a Chavez County job fair that will include obviously all of the positions at the detention center, but all the other county jobs.
Yeah,
as well.
road, flood, everything else will be there too.
Clerk's office or wherever there's other openings and things. That'll be 8 to 4. If you have questions about that, you can always call 575-624-6557. Again, 575-624-6557. I'm thinking that's probably HR at the county building.
Yeah, it's Dominguez.
And you'll be able to talk. And then, of course, if you have more questions about any of this stuff, they'll be happy to shoot you over here to Clint and get you taken care of. So, is there anything we missed? Anything you guys wanted to talk about that we just failed to talk about? Everyone say hi to you? She was real excited to come on the radio this morning.
So nervous.
She wants to give a shout out to Jared.
A little nervous. She did fine though.
Well, thank you for what you all do, and
thank you.
Yeah, we appreciate you. Stay safe out out there, over there, and do all that. And let's hope we can bring some more people and make it even better over there. And hopefully I don't have to be one of your customers.
No, otherwise you're going to get the food.
That's right.
But don't worry, you ain't going to have to pay for it.
We'll take care of you.
That's right. I'm not worried about that.
We'll
give
take
a shout
care
out
of
to
you.
Fred.
No.
Okay.
And as a guy on the radio, I've eaten worse.
Yeah.
There's a whole bevy of beverages that are not really for human consumption that I've had at one point or other. Thank you, guys, and we'll see you again soon. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bring greatness back. Close our southern border. Make sure that people know they do not mess with the United States, and we will no longer go on global apology tours.
McGuire spoke with the Salem Radio Network. Many Texas Democrats have left the state to prevent the State House from voting on new congressional maps. Governor Abbott says he will seek to remove them from office if they're not back when the House reconvenes this afternoon. Also at townhall.com, a strike by thousands of workers that build fighter jets for Boeing at 3 U.S. plants is the second labor disruption for the plane builder in less than a year. Correspondent Mike Hempen.
Boeing workers in Missouri